is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, tonight it is Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. The Spurs lead that best-of-7 set 1-0. They're looking to take both games in OKC. Spurs and Thunder face off, tip-off at 7:30. De'Aaron Fox listed as questionable. He is considered a game-time decision after missing Game 1 of this series. You can catch it on NBC and streaming on Peacock. And how about those New York Knicks overcoming a 22-point deficit to take a 1-0 lead over the Cavs?
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's game day on a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Game day.
Hump day.
Hope you're having a great Wednesday afternoon, however you're spending it. We appreciate you stopping by here and spending a little time with us on the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That's Jason Minix.
What are you pointing at, Pledge?
Our new accoutrement for Hump
Our
Day.
new who? What?
That's right, our camel up there.
Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have him in studio.
How about that?
Absolutely. Do you got a close-up of that?
Hell of a lot better than that rabid cat that
the
AJ
dead one?
carries around here.
The dead cat? Yeah.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
I know.
Hump day.
Reinagel needs a
Hump day.
a sign.
That's right.
Guess what day it is?
Guess what day it is?
It's just like a prompter. I can
Exactly.
look back there and say, "Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday."
Well, how do we put that, if it won't last on the Aggie helmet, but on Wednesdays, do we do something special with
yeah, that's a good
this?
question. Good question. But it's,
You know,
it's good to have
my
you here.
mom collected camels. If anybody needs a stuffed camel, let me know. I got thousands. But when we were
Joe
cleaning
needs
stuff
one.
out over the weekend, no, this is good.
I'm good.
You know, I saw that one. I'm like, well, I can't get rid of that. I can't throw that away. So that in a coffee cup that, the very first advertiser of this radio station back in 2008 was Geico agent J.R. Williams.
How about that?
He was the very first to sign on, and he gave us, well, he knew my mom collected camels, so there was a lot of those items, and you started doing the hump day, and JR gave you some, because he's long retired, gave you some stuff from his garage, but not quite like that. I
Not
don't know
like
how many
that
of
one.
those were made.
I've got a little one that actually
Don't say that out loud.
says Hump Day.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah,
we tell the truth on this program.
this is true. But
But
as you were fondling that camel,
Yes.
don't say I've got a little one.
Look at that little bobblehead
Yeah,
camel going there.
exactly. Look,
Very
you
nice.
touch it,
Very
it
nice.
moves.
It does. That's typical. Exactly.
So,
Just give me a minute. That's all I need.
how about that?
I like
Dude,
dinger.
it-
60
or dong.
seconds, please.
And Joe went to Academy by himself, bought himself a new Spurs
Check
shirt.
this shirt out, huh?
Yeah.
Austin Spurs shirt. I like it.
Austin Spurs, is that what that is?
Well, kind of.
Well, not now.
No,
Austin,
no.
They're not
The
playing.
fact that you questioned it is a little alarming. I like
just-
that.
I
Thanks
thought
for
it was,
getting me one, too.
Well, I thought it was different, but the only thing else they had was that.
Well, I mean,
And
that-
we'd have been twins.
Well, and nothing wrong with that. I was at Bill Miller's today, and there were like 18 people wearing a shirt very similar to me. Everybody has. I mean, and that's the thing with the Spurs and their logo. You get it in black, white, gray.
Now, I will say this now, and I'm saying it right now. I don't want to hear any crap from anybody, whether you're on YouTube, driving around San Antonio, however you're listening, because I'm wearing this shirt today. If the worst should happen tonight, and I'm not saying that it will, I'm not to be blamed.
You're not going to be blamed. In fact, what is your gut feeling for today? That is going to be today's poll question. You're going to have two options. Spurs win, Oklahoma City loses. What is your gut feeling today heading into tonight's game 2? You getting a lot of compliments there on your.
I know. I liked it. I walked into Academy. Who knew Academy opens at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Well, people that shop.
Did you know that?
Without-
I'm thinking, man, I got to wait till 10. They're not going to open till 10. And so I had an early meeting this morning with one of the salespeople, and so I said, well, I'll just go by there. And so I'm eating breakfast.
Uh-huh.
And I look at my phone thinking, wanted to see what time they open. 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So you got that done today.
I did.
Thanks for telling me. I mean.
Well, what are you talking about?
Well, you were going to get one.
I did. Me. Not for you. That was.
Well, you wanted my wife to go shop, and she even asked, "Do I really need to go get Joe a shirt?" And I was like, "Just text him and let him know. Ask him, but just don't go buy it. You'll have to send him 18 photos and let him decide. You take forever." I mean, shopping with Ryan Eagle, and my only experience clothes shopping with Ryan Eagle is at the mall that Jerry Jones sets up in Oxnard.
Dude, it's an awesome mall.
Joe's in there forever.
Yeah.
And he buys the first thing that he touches. But he holds that and looks at everything else and then comes back around to that first instinct.
See, I'm a big fan of long sleeve T-shirts.
Uh-huh.
I like those, and so that's typically what I get at Jerry World. And this is not a plug for Academy, but I guess it's a plug for Academy. They've got some nice looking long sleeve Spurs T-shirts down there.
Uh-huh.
Not much in the golf shirt selection, but T-shirts, they got anything you want.
Well, nothing wrong with that. Our friend Adam from KSAT just texted us some photos. Shout out to the Southside T-shirt vendors. There's a photo of a T-shirt, Wemby staring at the bench, and the bench guys in awe of their teammate, OKC, who's your daddy, Spurs Nation.
Dude, I saw a great meme today. It's online. Wemby walking into a maternity ward.
Uh-huh.
They pull the cover off the baby, and it's Chet Holmgren.
Talk about an ugly baby. Oh, my goodness.
He's an ugly man, too,
oh,
so what the
Oh,
hell?
my goodness.
Yes.
And did you see last night, after game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Knicks down by 1,000, Kenny Atkinson collecting timeouts to put on a shelf like we've got a camel, and the Knicks rally and win. Now, I don't blame you if you turned it off and started watching Euphoria, Joe.
I did.
And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Joe's very lost, but he saw the good stuff, and that's the rest of us.
What, we talking about Euphoria, the good stuff, or the game, or both?
No, but
yes.
after the game, Knick fans chanting, "We want Wemby."
We want Wemby! We want Wemby! We want Wemby!
It's pretty amazing. I mean, Knick fans, I get it. But is everybody dismissing Oklahoma City? I went on yesterday after this show on with KJR Radio in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And now I understand the Seattle hate for Oklahoma City.
Well, sure, they left them.
I mean, the former Sonics. My wife's from there. I get it. And just being on with them, Seattle is 100% for the next 2 weeks behind the San Antonio Spurs. But they're talking about the national hate for Oklahoma City, comparing them to Golden State fatigue and all the teams that we all hate. And I'm like, Oklahoma City, a bunch of nice guys. I don't know if there is that national hate. I get Seattle hating them. Hell, I was in a bar in Seattle last summer, and there is a wanted poster of David Stern, right? And I get it. But does Oklahoma City have that national hate? Then I see that after the Knicks game last night. We want Wemby. Dude, you really don't.
No, they really don't.
But everybody seems to be dismissing the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, look, and New York better not dismiss Cleveland. I mean, New York was getting their ass handed to them until they weren't.
Well, yeah.
And then so I wouldn't dismiss the
part
Cleveland
of the
Cavaliers.
masturbation scene were they in when you saw the Cleveland Cavaliers blow that lead?
Well, it was all by accident because I'm watching this and I'm watching Sydney Sweeney do her wonderful magic.
Uh-huh.
But I couldn't. I've got to start from the beginning because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I know she's making $1 bazillion on OnlyFans or whatever she's doing. But
there's a lot going on with Euphoria.
I wanted to sign up last night. I was like, damn.
Yeah, you give her a credit card number?
So I couldn't get into it, and so I saw that scene, and I said, well, I'm going to go back and watch the game.
You needed a cigarette?
I needed a cigarette and walk outside.
But wait, there's more.
So I
Give me a cigarette.
I turned it back to the game. It was about midway through the third quarter, And obviously, New York's still getting their butts handed to them. But I'm watching it, kind of one eye on it. And then all of a sudden, Jalen Brunson goes nuts. This dude in the fourth quarter went absolutely crazy and brought the Knicks back. And Cleveland had no answer.
None
whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
And I was pretty happy about that because I had New York -6. So it was great.
The fact that both games of the conference finals, game ones, went to overtime. Although they got there in two very different ways.
Yes.
It was a fun ending, if you will,
The
in New
fourth
York.
quarter was fun. Fourth quarter was fun.
Even then, was it? I mean,
it was.
At some point, was Cleveland going to stop the bleeding? At some point, were they going to say, you know what, James Harden, you probably shouldn't guard Jalen Brunson?
He shouldn't guard anybody.
At some point.
I'm not sure Harden could guard you.
Although, well, I mean, you could tell the tired legs were showing up for Cleveland,
Yeah, true.
in all fairness. But they had a chance to win it. I mean, Mike Breen had half a bang coming out when that ball was in and it was out.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean,
yeah.
And I think we all thought, I mean, we all saw dramatic three-pointers attempted. Wemby's went in. Cleveland did not. But, my goodness, that was far better than I thought it was going to be.
Yes. It was again, and Pledge put it up there, about 7 minutes. They were down 22 with 7 minutes to play.
Yeah.
And Kenny Atkinson, he's still got 5 timeouts in his pocket, doesn't he?
He does.
And he's getting hammered for not taking any at that point in time. And
you have a lead like that. Now, I blame coaching. I don't know, Mitch. When you have an 8-point lead with about that much time, when you've got a double-digit lead midway through a quarter and you don't close it out, that's on coaching. Take a timeout, stop the bleeding. His excuses make no sense because clearly he doesn't understand the rules of what you're going to lose after 2 minutes and that you have to take some anyway for TV reasons. But you're on the road. Everything's going against you. Draw something up.
I would have taken at least 3 in that 7-minute period of time.
Unplug it, maybe.
Because they needed it, and maybe one of them works and ends the momentum. But Jalen Brunson was just on another planet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he channeled his inner Wemby last night. They had no answer for him. They couldn't stop him. And that's what superstars do. They put their team on their back and they will them to a victory. And once it got in the overtime session, Cleveland was all done. They had no legs left whatsoever. And it was over, and good old Uncle Joe won his bet.
Well,
so
and that's really
good.
all that matters because 3/4 of that game was as bland as the burgers we had for lunch.
Well, dude, because I'm already counting the loss.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right about the burgers. We're going to tell people about those?
We did Bill Miller burgers for lunch.
Yeah.
We had to. We felt like it was an obligation. We took one for the team, so you don't have to. Is that a fair way to say it?
I think that's a great way to say it.
There's videos. There is a video of us taste testing the Bill Miller cheeseburgers.
Yes.
That we had for lunch today.
If you've ever been to Methodist Hospital, you've had one.
See, now Methodist has pretty good food.
I'm just saying.
But you're right. I mean, and Joe with the line of the day tastes like a hospital burger.
It did.
If you've been to, depending on what stadium, tastes like a stadium burger. A fundraiser burger. There was nothing special about it, and for $11.50, for $11.50, knowing where this radio station is, I'm going to Broadway 50/50 to get a burger.
Dude, I'm going just about anywhere else.
I'll go to Burger Boy and get a burger. Now there were a lot. I'm the one that went. There were a lot of people in there ordering cheeseburger. You could hear the ladies at the register, cheeseburger combo, make it 2, make it 3. Like groups were trying them because it's new and it's different. But we're helping you out. You're going in there, fried chicken.
Yeah,
or a po' boy.
Or the breakfast tacos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would be
Joshua said looked like a school burger. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what this is like, but I can imagine, when you're at Sam's and you see the box of burger patties. Now, I've never bought in that box, but I can only imagine what's inside of that box, and I think I had it today with Bill Miller's.
Yeah, very.
Although I will say, when you're ordering... And I've done drive-through Bill Miller's, but I haven't actually been in. And when you go in and you're getting it to go, you go to a different area where you're watching them make all the food. And I knew I was making a mistake as I was ordering because I was watching them put together a po' boy, which looked really good today. You see all the fried chicken, especially when they're pulling it up and it's fresh and it smells great. And I know I'm making a mistake while I'm ordering.
Well, it's the last time. But you got to try it.
We did it.
Well, we did it. You try it, and that's what we do here. I do want to give a shout-out real quick to Katie. I guess it's Sermon 9801 on our YouTube channel, sasportstar.com. Go there. You can find it. She says, if the Spurs win, don't the Thunder lose? Wouldn't it be the same answer? She's on to us, Minix, on our poll question.
Our poll question today, what's your gut feeling heading into tonight's game 2? Spurs win, Thunder lose. Those are your 2 options.
Katie's on to us. She's the only one that got it.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
That's
Want to
right.
flip a coin over this?
Way to go, Katie. Mm-hmm. Proud of you. That was outstanding. Good for you. We're going to talk a lot of Spurs basketball today, obviously, because there's a huge game tonight. And I'm already getting asked if it's a must-win game for Oklahoma City. We'll address that.
Here we go.
When we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know who else has a great burger? About 15 different burgers on the menu. The Roo Pub. They have great burgers there at the Roo Pub. They also have the biggest and best wings in town. I love their fried shrimp. And you know that is the best place to go watch tonight's game 2 because there's no better place in San Antonio to watch any big game, any big event with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And, of course, they have all the drinks you want and a full bar. And not only do you have the game tonight, it's Wednesday. That means steak night at the Roo Pub. A fantastic 12-ounce ribeye in the fixings for $19.95. And you get the game tonight. And you think about some of the watch parties that you're seeing, the atmosphere in the Roo is incredible every game night. They have happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game, whether you're watching tonight, Friday night. Now, Friday, if you're going to the coast for Memorial Day weekend, so is the Blitz. Join us at the Roo Pub Rockport location. It's their grand opening weekend down along the coast. So if you had plans to head to the coast before you knew the playoff schedule, no worries. The Roo Pub is open and ready for you. You know it's going to be a great atmosphere down there. Get into the Roo Pub just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
It's Military Appreciation Month at North Park Chevy. Service members get up to $1,000 bonus cash. Got a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew LT for $15,000 off MSRP. Drive the 2026 Colorado with 0 payments for 90 days. Or take home a 2026 Equinox LT for $26,359 with 2.9% financing. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes off Route 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad. I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico?
Yeah.
You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh, son, you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico. Kinetico. Spell it Kinetico.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Kinetico. SA.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Principal Office, San Antonio. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Spurs Thunder Game 2. How did it go, and how's the series look now?
And we get a Game 2 with Cleveland. Can they bounce back in the Garden? Other NBA news, the coaching carousel continues to turn. And NFL talk, we know where the draft's going to be. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, game day. I like game days, especially on a hump day. It just works out so well. Spurs in action tonight in Oklahoma City. Game 2. Can they put their foot on the Thunder's neck tonight and bring this thing back here to San Antonio to wrap it up? You know, I was making fun of a couple of our YouTube viewers last week, Minix, calling this going to be a sweep, Spurs win tonight. I might start believing that.
So you're saying it's a must-win for Oklahoma City? I mean, you really just said that.
No, I really didn't.
I mean, if the Spurs win tonight, they might sweep. So you're saying, without saying, that tonight is a must-win game for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's what you're implying with your words, Mr. Reinagel.
Do you know the definition of might?
Yes.
Okay. That's really all I need to say. I said if
you're thinking
Spurs win tonight, then they might sweep. But I mean, Oklahoma City, they're perfectly capable of coming to San Antonio and winning 2 here.
They are, but if you've got brooms getting pulled out of the closet in your head after game 1, then tonight really is kind of turn your volume down if you're gonna. You got to watch that video all the way through.
Okay.
Love Instagram. And dealing with old people in technology.
It's not a must-win, obviously, in the pure definition of a must-win.
Well,
but
sure.
Look, it's going to be hard enough for anybody to win 4 games in this series, I think. And you lose tonight, if you're Oklahoma City, you got to win 4 out of the next 5. That's going to be trouble. So it's as close to a must-win game as you can possibly get at this point in the series.
It's a really, 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 really important game.
Yes.
For Oklahoma City.
Yes.
For the San Antonio Spurs, though, for them to get both games, you think about game 1. No De'Aaron Fox, a gazillion turnovers, and 30% from 3. Generally, you're not going to win. This Spurs team, when they've lost, too many turnovers, poor percentage from 3. Yet they were still able to get a win. Now, we don't know about De'Aaron Fox's availability for tonight. We will talk with Jeff McDonald from the Express News, who is in Oklahoma City at about 4:35 today. And even then, I don't know if we will have a definitive answer on De'Aaron Fox's availability for tonight. But the confidence that a guy like Dylan Harper has to have. And we've seen it all year. Dude's always been a confident player. But he did not look like he was fazed by, all right, you're starting game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. And part of that might just simply be he didn't have enough time to scare himself, right? He found out before the game. He's had all this time to get ready for it. And what adjustments. Nobody did anything yesterday except for watch a little film and sleep.
Yeah.
They all talked about that when they were doing media yesterday. But what adjustments does Oklahoma City make to try to get SGA going? That's what I would be focused on if I'm Mitch. I mean, they did a good job of doubling them, and I saw Brian Windhorst use the term they really had 2.5 men on him because he had, the 2 defenders and you got Wemby kind of backing him up. And that left guys open. And Alex Caruso took full advantage of that. But is AC going to be able to consistently do that? I'll put money no. I'll let that happen all day long if I'm Mitch Johnson. But that Oklahoma City staff has got to figure out a way to get the MVP going.
Well, and he will. Look, if you're thinking SGA is going to be held down for 4 games, 6 games, however long this thing is going to go, I think you're silly. The guy's too good. He's going to make shots. He missed some shots the other night that he makes all day long. So I expect a better game from him coming back. The Spurs, I think, again, and I say this with all due respect, are too young and dumb to realize that Game 2 is, well, if they lose it, they're okay. They did what they came to do. I think they're going to come out and they're going to play extremely hard. I just look for Oklahoma City to be desperate tonight. And for whatever that's worth, I think you'll see a different outcome. And you talk about, I know all the things that the Spurs did wrong, but dude, this was a double overtime thriller that Oklahoma City, if not for a miraculous shot by Victor Wembanyama, we're talking about the Spurs having to win this before they come home. And so I think both teams left a lot on the table in Game 1. It's just an evenly matched experience here. This series is evenly matched, and it's just whoever makes those shots, like Wemby did the other night, is who's going to win the particular game.
The idea, though, to your point, and that's why I think while both Game 1s went to overtime, the Western Conference Finals was so back and forth. But Oklahoma City's biggest lead was 3. The Spurs' biggest lead was 10, and that lasted all of 1 possession. But watching, weren't there times that you were watching Game 1 feeling like the Spurs should be up 15 or 20? Right, but Oklahoma City always stayed within arm's length. The Spurs could never extend out. And turnovers and missed threes, a big part of that.
Sure.
Now, talking with PJ Carlissimo yesterday here on the Blitz, and if you missed it, check the audio vault at sasportstar.com, powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. PJ was great. And maybe we shouldn't overthink the turnovers. The way PJ said it yesterday, and I'm paraphrasing, Oklahoma City does that to everybody. Uh-huh. They are that good defensively. And it's not like, especially Steph Castle, there were what you would call a lot of lazy or careless passes. You sometimes have to credit the defense.
Sure.
And so do you kind of look at those turnovers and not get bothered by them? I mean, I know they suck, and I know Mitch has probably said you got to limit them, but against that defense, you're going to have turnovers. You've got to live with those. But some of the missed threes, you've got to be able to knock those down, Julian. You've got, Dylan Harper. 1 of 7, Dylan Harper. I mean, because they had some good looks, but some of them so early in the shot clock. And I know that's the Spurs offense, but if they're not knocking those down at a high percentage, they typically don't win games.
Well, no, they don't. And again, I mean, you look at that game, and with Oklahoma City coming back from that 10-point deficit, this going into double overtime, that's anybody's ball game. And I think that's the way this series is going to go. I truly do. I don't see either team blowing. I don't see any blowouts in this series. I really don't. I think it's within 10 at the most, going back and forth. And these teams are just too damn good, both of them, to let one team just get loose and go crazy. I just don't think that's going to happen. And I think it's going to come down to shots like Wemby's the other night, to SGA making a shot that he didn't make the other night, to whatever. And I just think that's the way that it's going to go. And I'm here for it, and I hope that is the way that it goes. I had more fun the other night. Obviously, it was the cherry on top was the Spurs winning. Then that makes it all better. But, man, that's playoff basketball. That's what I want to watch, and I want to see every game, however long this series goes, be just like that.
Sign me up for 6 of those.
Yes, or 7.
I got Spurs in 6.
I had OKC in 7. You're welcome, San Antonio. I did that on purpose.
Your gut feeling for tonight, that's our poll question today on YouTube, which you can access through sasportstar.com, or if you're on YouTube, just search out San Antonio Sports Star. What's your gut feeling tonight? That's the poll question. Spurs win, Thunder lose. Right now, 87% have the Spurs winning.
Now, does it just make you feel better to check the box that says Spurs win versus Thunder lose? I'm just wondering. if it does, because Gonzo, came on and he said, I may be late to the party, but my poll has the same answer. We're not homers here at all.
No.
Come on. We're not trying.
Well, I'm glad some of you have figured it out and caught the humor after yesterday's pathetic poll question.
Well, exactly right. Look, Gonzo, we're having some fun today, brother. That's about it. So check whatever you feel more comfortable doing. Most people say Spurs win. It makes them feel better, so that's kind of what we'll go with. We're going to talk a lot of Spurs basketball throughout the show today, and of course we are. But we are going to take a little bit of a break from basketball talk for a moment, talk with our good friend RJ Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com. He's next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. My goodness, did you hear the rainstorm last night? Man, it woke me up. My dog was just a maniac last night because of the thunder and the lightning. The electricity at my house went off, all of that kind of stuff. And, man, I didn't hear any hail, but there certainly could have been. If you think that there was some of that and you want to get your roof checked out, call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Let them send a crew out to your house to check your house just to make sure that everything is okay. They'll come out and they'll do it for free. And they'll let you know if there's anything that needs some attention up there. Look, a lot of times you can stop these small problems while they're small. It's going to save you a heck of a lot of money. Where if you put it off and it gets big, well, then you're talking about maybe a whole new roof. So get it taken care of before it gets too late. Stevens Roofing and Solar can certainly do that. Look, they're the company to call. And you might have, after storms like this, somebody knocking at your door, one of these fly-by-night roofing companies that come in and say, hey, we got a deal for you. Yeah, they got a deal to take all your money and do a shoddy job on your roof. Call somebody you know is going to do a great job. That's Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Smalls here. Look, in sports, the best teams know when to make their move, and Sherwin-Williams is making theirs with their Memorial Day sale. We're talking 30% off paints and stains May 15th through the 28th. You know, I've been looking at these studio walls, and I'm thinking I wouldn't mind a little more red in here. Just get that Cardinal spirit going. Definitely like that. Order online and get everything delivered right to your door, or swing by your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the morning huddle. Make your pick and win with the morning huddle's Rangers double dinger payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Oh, my goodness. Back here on the Blitz on a game day. Spurs, OKC, game 2 tonight. But we're going to talk a little Cowboys football, as we do every hump day, with our good buddy RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com, here on the Blitz. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix.
Joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line, dancing a little bit too weird, man. Dude, I know we'll talk some Cowboys, but our poll question today for tonight's Spurs Thunder game 2. What's your gut feeling heading into tonight's game 2? Spurs win, Thunder lose. Your thoughts, Mr. Ochoa?
I think tonight the Spurs win in resounding fashion. I think that Chet draws a technical. Tonight is the Chet tries way too hard game, and because he's seen all the chatter online, the cheddar online, if you will. And so I think the Spurs win this game soundly and then drop game 3, and everybody kind of comes back down to earth a little bit.
Well, it makes sense, I guess.
First home team to win? Is it when we have a series? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I think the Spurs are winning this thing in 6. And I think they win tonight. And again, I think that Oklahoma City has not proven to be a team that when you press them in this kind of way, that they respond particularly well. So I think they just need a little bit of a longer break. 48 hours is too quick of a turnaround. They're too emotional of a team. So I expect Wemby and co to kind of capitalize on that and lean into that. That's like when it comes to these things. I saw a tweet today that said that it's cool that Chet just wants to play basketball, but he's got to play this game. He's got to play this war of the words with Wemby in this series, and I don't think they're ready for that. I think that they just want this to be about basketball. When Wemby wants this to be like a samurai, battle gauntlet all the way down to the wire, and so that takes a little bit of getting used to.
Well, look, again, it's who knows? And that's what I love about the playoffs, RJ, and you know this. I mean, every game seems to have its own story. And so what's the story going to be written tonight? According to you, it's going to be a bad game for Chet Holmgren. I could see that. I got to believe SGA is going to play better. And who knows what's going to happen. And that's why I can't wait for 7:30 to tip this thing off tonight.
What are you guys eating for it? Tenders? I heard you guys were tender buds.
Well, I can tell you, we did try the Bill Miller cheeseburger for lunch today. It won't be that.
I saw.
It won't be. It won't be that.
It won't be that ever again.
I saw how Jason so casually just lifted all the veggies and just like slapped them on the burger. It looked like the plastic. I love Bill Miller. Let me be clear. It looked like the plastic food toys that my son plays with. Like just picks them up and places them there. So,
well, this is kind of what you do, right? I mean, one, it's like they sell you a burger. There's no ketchup or mustard or anything on there. They give you the packet, but we're making a video when you realize that, and you're like, well, all right, we don't have time to prepare it. We just want to try the burger and save everybody else the hassle of trying to try the burger because we did it for you, and there are so many better burgers out there.
It also looked like there were like 6 fries in the box from the video that I saw. And it also looked like Joe was on the verge of, I don't know if it was paper or foil. That was a big bite. Like, I was worried, Joe, that you would get to the foil and have an
after
awkward
watching the
situation
McDonald CEO, if you're going to eat on camera, you better take a manly bite.
Yeah, I did that, but it reminded me of, I don't know, either a hospital or back in my school days, that burger. It was kind of that taste. You know, they've got a unique taste at a hospital or an elementary school. One of the two. I don't know.
A unique taste.
A unique taste, like cardboard.
I've heard food described a lot of ways, but like hospital food is, like that was powerful. You know, like I understood immediately what you meant, and not in a good way.
Well, that's the problem. Hospitals tend to have pretty good cafeteria food. Right,
and not good burgers. I've never had a good burger at a hospital.
But again, though, when you're in a hospital, there's something gone wrong, and you're not mentally in a state to say this is great. You just associate it with bad things. But hospitals nowadays, again, my wife's a nurse. You go and the food ain't. I mean, it ain't great, but it doesn't suck.
Exactly.
I'll say this,
that was the cheeseburger today.
When my son was in the NICU and we had to go to the hospital, our local hospital has to deal with Luby's. And so Luby's caters their cafeteria. So it's better than most situations. Certainly better than the burgers, I guess, that Joe has had in his hospital-going experiences. But more than anything, the video looked good. You guys look good. So, and Joe, you're looking strong. All that working out is starting to show.
Thanks, RJ. I appreciate that.
Trust me, the way he was positioning James with the camera to try to show diva qualities. I mean, it was... I don't know. RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com here on the Blitz. We'll get to some Cowboys news, what little there is, but the official announcement today that this will be Aaron Rodgers' final season. I know we've all been waiting on pins and needles for him to say this is it, and no surprise that he's going to want the rocking chair tour.
Yeah, look, Aaron has ruined our lives on a lot of levels, and I'm proud to have been someone who hated him before it was popular to do so. But this is also just, I mean, like, okay, Aaron, thank you. Well, thank you for letting us know, I guess. Like, tonight is the finale of Survivor 50. Okay, the season finale. And I feel like it's been going on about as long as Aaron Rodgers' career at this point in time. It actually has almost. It was like 3 years earlier that Survivor started relative to Aaron Rodgers. And so, cool. I do think it's weird. I thought it was weird, really incestuous how Mike McCarthy was the Cowboys head coach, given all the history between them as franchises. But that Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers are a duo for the team who they beat in the Super Bowl in Cowboys Stadium. It's just... I would have a very difficult time wrapping my mind around that if I was a Steelers fan. And then celebrating Aaron Rodgers at every turn, it would be kind of a tough situation to watch unfold. But Pittsburgh has really shown themselves since bringing Aaron Rodgers in. And so it's also nice to see them fall from grace. It has been a long time.
Yeah, and I don't expect a lot of Aaron Rodgers. He looked like the skeleton crypt keeper guy in the playoffs. So he's just too damn old, and he should have retired this year or maybe, 5 years ago. But I digress, and I share your hatred for one Aaron Rodgers, RJ. Got to ask you about this. Jory Epstein had an article in Yahoo Sports, and obviously Jerry up at the owners' meetings. He downplaying the Cowboys' Brazil trip, saying it's just like a night out on the town. What'd you think of that comment?
I think that Jerry knows how to make money and knows how to keep his clients happy, right? Keep his, the source of that money happy. And it was a long time coming that the Cowboys were going to have to travel again internationally. At this point, it's been 12 years. And even then, they're giving up a home game. So this is a significant sacrifice for Jerry. And I think that the NFL as a whole wants to reach a place where they have an international game every week. That would require almost doubling their current slate, which is only 9 games. And so I think Jerry's going to say whatever he can to just get to tomorrow. I mean, we've heard him do that a number of times. How many times has he defended the sun and the construction of the stadium, right? Like, this is in that territory for me. We all know how dumb it is. We all know how dumb it is Thursday Night Football exists and how, that is not healthy for players to go through. But those things present cash-making opportunities for Jerry and his contemporaries, so I expect them to lie through their teeth whenever they have to.
Well, and plus, Jerry has so many businesses in Brazil, car dealers. I don't know if a lot of people realize that, but he's got a ton of business in Brazil. So no surprise that that's where they end up, and he will certainly figure out a way to capitalize on it. But one thing that Jerry, I think, wants, and he's not going to get it, is another Super Bowl anytime soon. I mean, I know we talked about this while we were in San Francisco for this past Super Bowl, which maybe was the worst Super Bowl city experience in recent memory. But we thought the Cowboys would get a Super Bowl, yet they've announced 2 since then, and they're not Dallas. And, that ice storm, Nashville can get cold in February, and they have ice storms in February. I know they're building a new stadium, so they will get one. I am a little surprised that Jerry still doesn't have another Super Bowl on his calendar.
Yeah, me too. That predates my time in the media. I believe you were there, Jason. I don't know if you were making the run at that time, Joe. My apologies on that front. But as much as it was the ice storm, I also attribute this to the ticket fiasco that happened, the seating fiasco, with the fire code that was violated or whatever, and the fans that were unable to watch, that found out that day. I mean, it was a messy overall Super Bowl.
That seems fixable, and we're talking about 2010, right? I mean, everybody that brings up the ice storm. When we were in Atlanta, remember, we had that one day we couldn't drive. We had to take the train or whatever. It was like, because, our company is cheap, and they found the cheapest hotel 40 minutes away from downtown Atlanta, although it was right next to a great bar called the Montana.
They literally put it in Minnesota. I mean, if we're did so without knowing what the weather would be. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it was cold, but it wasn't icy. Is the point. I am stunned and flummoxed. I mean, Houston has now had obviously one, and it's been a decade at this point. But I mean, New Orleans has had several. Several have crossed over multiple times in the rotation. And yeah, if we're adding Nashville to the mix now. Look, I've never been to Nashville personally, but I believe you both have. And based on everything that I know, the NFL and its dignitaries are going to get one Super Bowl in Nashville and say, hell yeah, we're coming back here.
Yes.
So the competition only continues to grow. It is fascinating, don't get me wrong. But also, AT&T Stadium is no longer, like, brand new. Like we act like it's 17 years old at this point. I mean, it is one of the older stadiums in the NFL. Despite its elegance, it obviously is an incredible building relative to most things in the world.
That's true, and it is. It doesn't look 17 years old. I mean, that place is still a palace, and I love going there, and I think a lot of fans do like going there. But I think you're right. I mean, obviously, I don't think Buffalo will ever get a Super Bowl, but they got a new stadium. They were dumb not to put a roof on that thing. But Nashville's going to be a place where they're going to want to go. I find it funny, RJ, that you say that. San Antonio hasn't had an NBA All-Star game since 1996. A big part of that is because where the new arena is. It's just not conducive to well, and that's a huge part of it.
But it's also the city owned the Alamo Dome. The county owns Frost Bank Center, and because of the rodeo, you can't have the All-Star game. They're not going to move the All-Star dates around the rodeo.
But they will once the new Wemby Center is here. And I just think towns like New Orleans, Nashville, those kind of places, L.A., obviously, hopefully it never goes back to San Francisco.
No.
But they know how to do it. And that's why New Orleans gets what they get. And it's right there. It's fun. And you're right downtown. And I think that's a big part of it. With Jerry World, there's nothing close to that thing.
I mean, I agree with you, and it's about, and you two obviously know this, it's about more than just the game itself. And I'm trying to, as I say this, think about the types of events that have happened in the sporting world. I mean, they haven't had a Final Four since 2011, when UConn won it all, and they were all the UConn has more playoff wins in the building than the Cowboys things.
Yeah, here we go.
Their kind of standard stuff is, they've got the Cotton Bowl, right? They have your standard whatever classic is going on in the early part of the year. You get your big-time concerts. But my point here is you got to have a convention center, but you also got to have, like, the places that Jelly Roll performs, like, throughout your entire Metroplex in this case. And obviously the Metroplex is what it is, but those things are so far and wide from one another. Again, it is about more than just the physical building where the game happens. You have to be able to support, because the Super Bowl itself has grown significantly as an entity since 2010.
And that said, and it was a bit of a nightmare, and I remember the Final Four being up there and the NBA All-Star Game being in that building, and with everything that is spread out, it is tough to get around. However, that doesn't keep the NFL from doing things. If you think about San Francisco, how spread out things were, which leads to why it was such a disaster. But, you know, most stadiums aren't anywhere near the actual city. You know, now granted, we haven't had a Super Bowl at Foxborough, but we were there for the Army-Navy game, and that's a long-ass bus ride from Boston out to that stadium on a one out.
That one road,
one out, and you're on a bus.
They probably won't never have a Super Bowl.
No, because they don't have the roof.
Exactly.
But we'll see. RJ, I did see you got to visit with the legend, Emmitt Smith. Since we're talking Super Bowl, one of the treats, if you will, is every year at Super Bowl we visit with Emmitt. And generally, by the time he gets to visit with us on the Blitz, he's pissed off talking about the Dallas Cowboys not being in the game. So it's May. Is Emmitt in a better mood when it's coming and talking and discussing the prospects of the Cowboys actually being in the game we keep talking about?
Yeah, I would say that Emmitt was pretty pleased. You know, as I know you guys saw, Emmitt's buddy Darren Woodson was on with your friend Trey Wingo, and the quote that Woody had that was flying around was that this year, this offseason feels different. Not in the we them boys, people who wear the styrofoam hat way, but like they are doing things differently. And I asked Emmitt about that. I thought, you know, if this guy feels this way, maybe I'll, you know, order another glass of the Kool-Aid, and he agreed. And I thought what was the most interesting thing was he said, look, the fact that this offseason has been quiet, that it has been void of the distraction, and the word antics that he used I found to be particularly notable. I mean, everybody has been and is well aware of how childish the Cowboys have acted as a front office over the course of the last 2 years. And ultimately, this is a game that is played by the players and the coaches and whatnot, but those things have taken a toll on this team over the last 2 years. And I think everybody is just so relieved to see those not be the case this year. And everybody can reconcile with, look, they probably won't win the Super Bowl wherever the hell it's going to be, if it's in Foxborough or otherwise. But the facts of the matter are they're not stepping on their own toes in the process of trying to get there. And so we can live with the fact if you lose. We can live with the fact if you fail like a normal team. But if you fail because you were obsessed with being the latest bit of reality television, that's what people have grown tired of. And it was my sense, not to speak for him, but that Emmitt is really pleased that they're no longer operating that way.
Well, and again, I think Cowboy fans in general are pleased with the way things have gone this year. And I don't know if I've asked you this or not, RJ, but Micah Parsons' trade, Cowboys have clearly won that trade, have they not?
I despise this question. I think you're a wonderful human being, Joe, but I think this is a dumb question. Nothing will, even if they acquired 10 All-Pros as a result of trades, nothing will ever justify the trade. Nothing will ever make it right, because it was born of what we just talked about. It was born of that petulance. It was born of that silliness, that childishness, and that was honestly what I had the biggest
by the
issue.
way. On both sides.
Sure, I'm not here to say that Micah was perfect, but Micah was not, you know, the primary root, you know, of the issue. He certainly was the issue. But that being said, I do think that they have made lemonade with the lemons. Now, these are the lemons that they themselves plucked, and the whole situation was self-induced. But I do think that they have made lemonade, and I think, honestly, at this point, I don't care if they win the Micah trade or not. If anybody believes they won the Micah trade or not. I really, and I don't feel the ill will towards Micah that most people tend to. The trading table stuff never really bothered me. It just kind of was all part of the silliness. But that being said, like, good Micah. You know, go Micah. Go enjoy your time in Green Bay. Best of luck. The Cowboys will be at Lambeau Field in week 8 or whatever it is this year, and we'll go through this song and dance at that point in time. But, like, I'm kind of done talking about it. I think it's nice that the team has sort of moved on and can now live in the moment instead of dealing with it. Micah, to your point, Joe, did enjoy the show that came with who he was and what was happening around him, but the Cowboys let him pour kerosene on that fire, and that's what seems to be different. Is they put out all the fires before any of those opportunities. I think George Pickens is a great example of that. They didn't let any kerosene get near the fire. They covered it up before anybody had the chance to touch it.
Jerry's executive of the year, RJ.
Stop.
Just so I mean, he should be. It was a brilliant trade, and he's done very well. And they got
if you believe this was,
and you're
do you
excited
believe this
about
was the
shit.
vision?
Yes.
Do you believe this was the vision? I believe that they tripped themselves into this spot, and good for them.
I'd rather be lucky than good, RJ. You know that.
I'm with you, but don't tell me they were good. That's really all this comes down to.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
RJ Ochoa doesn't want to talk about it, but went 7 minutes on that answer.
Executive of the year, RJ.
Stop. Enjoy the game.
I mean,
enjoy the game.
I
tonight.
hope.
Go down to
Last question. I know you guys had gravy, but if you had to have sauces with your tenders, if your choices were ranch, honey mustard, or ketchup, how are you ranking those three options?
Ranch.
You guys understand the question? Rank the three. Don't pick one. Rank the three options.
Ranch, ketchup, and honey mustard.
Yeah. Gravy.
Well, gravy wasn't
Ketchup's not great with chicken tenders. You go ranch, honey mustard, ketchup.
But it is
gravy,
good.
obviously.
Ketchup is great with gravy, though. If you combine the gravy and
Golly,
the ketchup,
Joe, that is
it is outstanding. Outstanding.
You don't deserve to call any food hospital food if you think ranch goes with gravy. Oh my god!
Well, he does that with his chicken fried steak, and
gravy
it's disgusting.
and ketchup.
You put ketchup on your chicken fried steak
with the gravy. With the
Yes.
gravy.
It's delicious. Delicious.
It is
You
illicit
deserve-
too.
You got to try it, RJ.
You know, Joe, that I know the like seriousness of what I'm about to say, and I mean every word. You deserved those Captain Crunch that one day in Oxford, based on how you like seafood.
Nobody deserves what's his name's hand in my
Spence.
Yeah.
Been scratching himself and then reaching into that box.
And then a little.
Then he
let me
licked
get
his
some
fingers
more.
and went back in.
I looked at it, dude. What are you doing?
Stop it. Yeah. That was a memory we didn't need to relive.
No, that was
Thanks,
awesome.
RJ.
Go Spurs, go! Yeah.
Try to shove it up their ass.
Oh my goodness.
RJ Ochoa,
good
logintheboys.com. On the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question. Minix.
What?
Have you heard the term ball maxing?
What?
Have you heard that term? Obviously not, huh?
No, I have not.
Well, you're going to learn all about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1
hard.
San
Yeah, it's
Antonio
definitely hard.
Sports Star. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? I mentioned that storm last night, and we've had a lot of rain, it seems, although my friendly neighborhood weather guys would probably say we're still deep into a drought. Having said all of that, the golf courses are in great shape, especially the Golf Club of Texas. I'm going to tell you what, that golf course right now is plush. And it was already that way with all the improvements that they made to that thing. It is just a great place to go. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, head on out to the Golf Club of Texas, play some golf, get out, relax, and have some fun. Look, this place is not a private club. You're going to think it is, though, when you pull up and when you tee off on that first tee. But it's open to the public 7 days a week. And so if you can't play this weekend, well, what about Tuesday? How about Wednesday? Doesn't make any difference. They're open 7 days a week. And then there's the 10 Cup Bar and Grill. When you go out there, you want to grab some lunch. You might even want to stay for dinner after you're around. You're certainly going to want to stay and have a few drinks. They've got a full bar out there. They can make you any kind of cocktail you want. And they've got a huge selection of ice-cold beer. Not only for you to drink there in the 10 Cup Bar and Grill, but for you to load up on your cart and take it with you out on the golf course. That's certainly what we do here at San Antonio Sports Star. We have a good time out there. It's always a good time at the Golf Club of Texas. Get on out there, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the 10 Cup or around with your buddies, how about your next tournament out there? You got to go check them out. Look, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Upgrade your truck without breaking the bank at NAW Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Get weather protection, added security, and durability with the Rough Country 3-panel hard folding truck bed cover starting at $6.99. Or cash in on scratch and dent options like WeatherGuard toolboxes, pack rats, and 50 to 60% off a huge selection of new scratch and dent RDS diesel transfer tanks. Skip the big box hassle. Shop local at NAW today. 3027 Kulabur Road. Family operated, community driven since 1978.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad.
Huh?
I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico?
Yeah.
You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh,
East Coast,
son,
little
you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico. Kinetico. Spell it Kinetico.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Kinetico. SA.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
The Gomez Law Firm is the firm that San Antonio turns to for personal injury law. We have Jose from the Gomez Law Firm here with us. With over 1,200 5-star Google reviews, the Gomez Law Firm is proud of the winning record and results that are attached to these reviews.
We encourage people to go online and look at our review because we want to make sure that you feel comfortable choosing the right attorney. And we assure you, if you go to Google and look up our reviews, you're going to be satisfied.
It's important to hire an attorney you can trust, and the reviews speak for themselves. The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted provider of personal injury law since 1973.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
The Gomez Law Firm continues to fight for our San Antonio community, and the results matter. If you've been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then contact them today at joegomezlaw.com. That's joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Big night tonight, Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. The Spurs lead that best-of-7 set 1-0. They're hoping to take 2 in OKC. They'll tip at 7:30 tonight. De'Aaron Fox listed as questionable and considered a game-time decision. He did miss Game 1 of this series. You can catch it all on NBC and streaming on Peacock. And another reason to celebrate, Pittsburgh quarterback Aaron Rodgers says this is going to be his final year. He's finally going to retire.
Stop it. Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to The Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Game day!
Hump day!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Blitz. Hope you're having a great hump day, whatever you're doing. However you're doing it, thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and I'm giddy today. I'm fired up, man. I'm ready for game 2.
Let's say that on the radio, not just in my ear.
Uh-oh, what'd you say?
I'm sorry, but I just noticed because I see the camel in your picture frame when it zooms in on you, and the hump on that camel looks like the bump on your elbow.
Well, we are a lot alike. What can I say? A little bobblehead. That's
one
us.
hump.
One hump. That's about it.
Quit playing with that camel head.
As long as it doesn't turn into half a hump, we'll be okay.
At least it's not the toe.
Joe's we'll get into that in a minute. Wow. What do you? Spurs play tonight.
They do.
Big game, too.
Yes.
We have a poll up on YouTube. Go to our YouTube page through sasportstar.com. If you're on YouTube already, just search out San Antonio Sports Star. As we get ready for game 2 tonight, you'll find the poll question there. Go vote in the poll. Comment, like, all that good stuff. We are going to go behind enemy lines.
Yes.
Gideon Hamilton from the Thunder Radio Network is going to join us in about 30 minutes from right now. As we think about what adjustments Oklahoma City will make, well, here's a dude that's been at every game for Oklahoma City. He knows them inside and out. We it's funny, we booked him in this morning while I'm getting ready in my playlist. Green Day's Know Your Enemy was on, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we got the dude from Oklahoma City coming on tonight.
Perfect.
It's gonna be perfect. So we'll go behind enemy lines coming up at 3:30, and we'll ask him our poll question as well and see which way he would vote in today's poll question. Right now, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
You know, while Joe was commenting about the size of the hump on that camel and his elbow, kind of odd. Twins.
Which one is it? I forget.
So what do you can't find your own hump?
Well, it doesn't hurt. I mean, so that's why
it doesn't hurt.
You know, the good folks at TSAOG said, look, we can take care of that. It's a bone spurs and stuff, and but if it doesn't bother you, there's no reason to do it.
Yeah.
I just listen to good advice from good people.
When a surgeon doesn't want to cut, you say okay and move on about your day.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
so,
because that's their job. They enjoy that. And they get paid more when they cut versus not.
Exactly.
So when they tell you don't need surgery, you say, all right, cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I don't want it.
Yep, that's good doctoring, which is what you're going to get over there.
Absolutely.
But sometimes, and I mean, we all learn things every day. And, you know, for years and years and years, ladies have made boobs bigger.
They have.
And guys are, well, you're you know, for the most part, stuck with what God gave you. Now, I have heard of penis enlargement. That can be done.
Yeah, but they stick something in there, right, to make it larger where you can, like, pump it?
It's an implant. You know, I've never really looked into what the actual procedure is. I just know it can be done.
I think that, well, I mean, not that I have either. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. You seem to be a little bit more knowledgeable, and I'll defer to you, the expert, then.
Yes.
And that makes sense. If you need that part enlarged, I don't know how it works. I don't know the implant part of any of that, but ball maxing is something that I've never heard of before until today. And quite frankly, I'm not exactly sure why, other than bragging. But there's a new thing out there called ball maxing with 2 X's. Maxing, M-A-X-X-I-N-G.
Now, I was going for chocolate balls. You know, the first thing about this that I'm not interested in is sticking a needle inside my ball sack because It's either with saline or something's called Surgalube.
A Surgalube.
You
need a surge of lube injected into your scrotum.
It says some say that increasing their scrotum size makes them feel more masculine and confident. While others claim they believe women prefer larger balls.
Do they?
Well, I don't know the answer to that.
One of the ladies, serious conversation. We're trying to not be in the 5th grade here, but
now some have suggested, according to this article, that ball maxing can enhance sexual pleasure and performance. Well, your scrotum was beautiful, apparently.
Mine is. When I had my vasectomy, that's what the doctor said. Now some guys want to get them the size of grapefruits. Now I gotta believe if you wake up one day and you got a grapefruit down there, you're going to the doctor. Something's wrong.
Well, how are you gonna walk? Seriously.
It seems like there'd be a lot of issues there.
This reminds me of an old prank we call the bowling alley. Hey, do you have 15-pound balls? Yes, we do. Isn't it hard to walk? Oh, I digress.
I said we're going to try not to be in the 5th grade yet. Any of you guys tried ball maxing? Heard of it? Ladies, is this important to you?
I'm curious. That should be the poll.
If you, it's actually below the poll. But if we found out that ladies were more worried about the size of that than the other, then although you still have to inject yourself.
Oh, no, dude. I can't even imagine that. And I'm not afraid of needles per se, but there, yes. I don't want needles there.
Ball maxing.
Oh, yes.
Official
Craziness.
term.
It's happening. It's happening.
On to another note.
Please, go. Move on. Yes.
There's all kinds of crazy stuff you have to do when you lose at fantasy football. Not that I would ever actually know. I've never finished last.
I have not either.
Although there was a baseball game, and kind of sad for Kansas City Royal fans because this guy's got an entire section to himself where he had to put up a sign that says, "I suck at fantasy football."
And it's up
in
the
nosebleed. You lost a bet and got embarrassed. How about this guy?
It's fantastic. He was all by himself. I don't know what he's wearing, but
they told him, you got to wear something bright, and that's the sign after losing that bet. Jaron Duran has walked 2 times, underway in the 5th inning.
Yeah. Oh, NASA onesie. What do we got going on here? Just came off the parachute.
He's had to sit up there all by himself all game. Whatever he lost big.
They're not even allowing him to have a beverage.
Now, see, dude, I wouldn't mind. Get the hell away from everybody. Sit up there all by yourself. I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Without a beverage?
Well, now that's the problem.
Yeah, 9 innings.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
And be out there alone with your sign.
But I don't know if that was that a rule that he couldn't have a beverage?
Yes. Yeah. Clearly.
Well, that sucks.
It would.
Yeah.
Did he have to buy all the seats for the signs?
Well, and that's another. No, I don't think so.
No, it's Kansas City. There's plenty of empty seats.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Pick a game late May. They're out of it. Seats will be available. We try to help you guys out.
We do.
We see somebody do something dumb, and we don't want you to make the same mistake. And then you see stories, and you go, well, who would be that stupid? But it wouldn't be a story if there wasn't somebody that stupid. So we realize while we have a very intelligent audience, we've actually seen some of your comments and heard some of your calls. So we know some things that you probably do need to be reminded of. Like if you get a buddy that gets a DWI and they call you, and if you are not sober, don't go pick them up in jail.
Please don't.
Don't go pick them up at jail. But that has happened. Not in Florida, in New York, Montgomery County. Guy, 25, gets a phone call that his friend is in jail. And instead of calling AA Best Bail Bonds, this guy drove down to the sheriff's office. He was drunk, and he got himself arrested.
So they played musical chairs, according to the headline. The guy that was in jail for DUI got out, and the guy that was there to pick him up went in. How stupid is that? I mean, that's just dumb.
And not only that, the guy that went to go pick up his friend, and I'll credit him, he's being a good friend. You know, hey, man, I'm in jail. Yeah, dude, I got you. I'll be there in a minute. I probably shouldn't drive right now, but I'm going to because he's drunk. And then they realize not only was he drunk, his license had already been revoked for having a DWI conviction.
Jeez. You know, there is that thing called Uber.
I'm just saying. No, there's just dumb. Yeah, there's just, this guy is just dumb. One, your license, you don't have one. It's been revoked because you've had a DWI. You're drunk. Hey, let me go down to the jail and get you out. Don't be that guy.
Well, he was drunk. Maybe he didn't realize what the hell he was doing.
You can be drunk and smart. You don't always have to be drunk and stupid.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been drunk and smart.
Well, you've never been smart, but you have been drunk, but you haven't been drunk and stupid.
Have you been drunk and smart?
Every time I call Uber, I consider myself drunk and smart.
Okay. Well, fair enough. I mean, that is the smart move.
I mean, you know, I can still pay my tab and leave. And call an Uber and get home. I mean, drunk and stupid. No.
Yeah, that's just dumb. Oh well, it didn't happen to us, so we're good.
You think I'm an idiot?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that guy is. That's for damn sure. Good Lord.
Oh, it's terrible. Let's get back to the San Antonio Spurs. What do you say on this hump day, game day? Game 2, San Antonio, OKC. Spurs looking to put their foot on the Thunder's neck. We're going to talk about that. Knicks had a great rally yesterday, and Mavs and Jason Kidd part ways.
Oh, boy.
Does that mean the end of a pretty valuable assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs? We're talking about all of it when we return here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's playoff headquarters has arrived. Novo Brewery features 80 feet of video walls, craft beers, hard kombucha on tap, and the food menu that means business. Thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And with its own private entrance separate from North Star Mall, no hassle, just you, your crew, and the biggest screens in the city at Novo Brewery. Open late. Visit novobrew.com. Novo Brewery. Come hungry. Stay for the game.
Get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 Full Synthetic Motor Oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. Whether your pain started yesterday or years ago, we treat the root cause so you can feel real relief fast. No pills, no surgery. Most patients notice improvement in just one visit, and we accept most insurance plans. Stop waiting. Start feeling better. Visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit airrosti.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Ready or not, summer is coming, and Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance is on now. Right now through May 25th, get up to 70% off everything home at Wayfair. Plus, score amazing doorbuster deals all sale long and surprise flash deals on Memorial Day. We're talking thousands of products at every style and budget. Now is the time to save big on must-haves for your patio, backyard, and beyond. These savings won't last, so don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Memorial Day clearance now through May 25th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Getting close, Minix. About 4 hours away from tip-off. Game 2, OKC, San Antonio. Going to be a lot of fun up there in Oklahoma City. Can't wait to see that game, see what happens with that. I don't even know what to think tonight. I just think it's going to be completely different, albeit a tight game all the way through.
What are you guys thinking? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there, and you can vote in our poll. Right now, 100 votes even. Gut feeling for tonight. You got two options. Go vote in the poll. Right now, 87% say Spurs win. 13% say Thunder lose.
Well, I'm glad they're picking the Spurs to win.
Well,
that's good.
it. I mean, and again, no surprise. Coming up, we'll visit with the host of Thunder's radio network, or Thunder Radio. It's weird, no S. Thunder Radio Network. Dude, we had some thunder last night.
Oh,
and some wind. Gosh.
Incredible. And a lot of rain, too.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's springtime in San Antonio. That's what happens.
Bottom line, that's where we are. Huge game tonight. And, again, I think you watched last night. Knicks take game one. They rally back. The idea, and you could see it, the fatigue Cleveland was feeling in that fourth quarter. You could just see the tired legs, a little bit slower. Well, both the Spurs and Thunder, especially their star players, played the same amount of minutes. But Mitch Johnson was asked yesterday about what was the recovery and availability like for his guys after playing so many minutes.
We won't ask them to do anything other than sit in a couple chairs and watch some film. So their recovery will be from the minute that the clock hits zero after double overtime until 7:30, whatever else they do, I don't care. So that's on the rest of the staff. And we need them to play whatever minutes they need to, in addition to there is the acknowledgement of the style that we want to play, that we won't sacrifice that for people's minutes. So we will continue to try to find minutes for other people as we did last night. And I think it was probably right on the verge of making me a liar to your question in terms of probably has four different huddles if we should put J-Mac in the game, Jordan McLaughlin, and that wasn't an indictment in terms of because he didn't play. That was more just we need to get the guys that we want to finish to the finish line. And that was my biggest concern probably at some point during the second quarter and up into the fourth quarter. And they superseded my expectations.
Well, that tells you everything you need to know about how Mitch Johnson's going to deal with his bench. He's going to play 7, 8 guys tops, and that's it. And he just said, expect them to play as many minutes as we need them to play. So if Wemby's got to go another 50, if Vassell's got to go another 51, that's what they're going to do.
And Devin Vassell is not worried about the minutes.
Trust me, after this, we watch film when we're back to sleep. Trying to get as much recovery as we can because we know tomorrow's going to be just as crazy as the game.
You ever played 51 before?
Nah, I don't think so. I was actually just thinking about that earlier when I woke up. I think that's probably the most intense game I've been a part of and probably the most minutes I've ever played for sure.
And they all know that they're going to be in the same boat tonight.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, the Spurs have got their guys. They're obviously, they haven't played Plumlee or Bismack Biyombo or Olenek or anybody else in these playoffs, so I can't imagine they're going to play now. And so it is those 7, 8, maybe 9 guys, and that's it. And those guys are going to play, and the starting 5 are going to play a lot, and just got to deal with it.
In hope. Now, I could see if this game gets out of hand one way or the other. That's when you'll see all those guys play, right? Because Game 3 is coming up Friday. So if it does get to a point in that fourth quarter, like what you saw in the Minnesota game, when Anthony Edwards was dapping everybody up on the bench with 8 minutes to go, I could see a white flag going earlier than normal just so you don't spend a ton of energy in what is likely a losing call for either team. If the Spurs are up big or Oklahoma City's up big, I could see the other team emptying the bench to try to save legs of star players, and then I think the other team will certainly follow suit.
I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I think both these teams are just too damn good to let somebody else run away. I think it's going to be one of those. It's a battle of attrition, and it's going to come down however many games this goes. And I think it behooves the Spurs and Oklahoma City, for that matter, to get this thing over as quickly as possible. Man, somebody mentioned this the other day, and I subscribe to it. Think about this series between San Antonio and Oklahoma City. They're going to battle. They're going to beat each other up. Is the East, are they going to have the advantage in the finals? Because OKC and San Antonio are going to beat the hell out of each other.
Well, I mean, I think the Knicks and Cavs are going to be just as physical, and from that standpoint. But you look at the idea of what the Spurs to go up 2-0 in the series, and Keldon Johnson talking at shoot around this morning. Clearly, that's the goal. Job's not done.
I mean, we're not satisfied. Like I stated earlier, they're the defending champs. And, we know we got to come to play. We're not taking no games off. We're coming to win tonight, and that's the plan. We won one here, but the job's not done. We can't be satisfied, can't get complacent. We know we got to come out here, replicate what we did the other game, and be better in the spots that we need to be better in. And that's what we're trying to do.
No, I'm glad that's the plan. I mean, that's a good plan,
yeah.
Keldon. Absolutely.
He's saying all the right things.
Absolutely he is. Look, obviously, I think, and it's common sense, OKC's going to have a little desperation to them. The Spurs are going to have to match that, and they're going to have to match it early. And again, I say this with all due respect. I think they're too young and dumb to know any better. They're going to go out. It's a basketball game. Doesn't matter if it's game 2. They're going to go out and play.
Now, I could see the whistles favoring Oklahoma City tonight.
I can see that. Sure.
And the fact that they didn't in game 1 shocked us all.
Mm-hmm.
SGA is too good at drawing fouls for him not to have more time at the free throw line. But as you heard from that Keldon audio there, it's hard to hear when you're in Oklahoma City. And, the good news for the Spurs is they experienced that loud Thunder crowd in game 1. And Julian Champagny said, some of the things that they've got to work on is communication because of the crowd noise there in OKC.
I mean, I think for maybe like midway through the game, like I was trying to talk on defense and I couldn't hear myself. So, at some point it comes down to team chemistry and all of us knowing and being on the same page what the game plan is, and then just executing, honestly and truly. That was pure instinct last night.
Is there any way to communicate with each other on the court when it's that loud? Are there like hand gestures or?
I mean, we point at each other, like we'll point, like if it goes low, he'll be pointing behind him to X out or crack down or whatever it is. Other than that, you kind of got to get next to the person to talk to him. That's kind of hard during the game. So just instinct and being locked in on the game plan.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're saying all the right things. They absolutely are. And so it'd be sweet if they could get a 2-0 lead, and I think if they do, obviously advantage Spurs. It's going to be very difficult to beat this team 4 times as it is, and then only have 5 games to do it. I'm looking at video from our friend Nate Ryan from Ken's 5. De'Aaron Fox's shoot-around did absolutely nothing today. Nothing. He's just standing around. He didn't put up any shots. And he's kind of talking to some of the other guys almost like a coach would. I don't know what to read into that, but I wouldn't take that as a good sign for his availability tonight.
Well, Jeff McDonald will join us in about an hour from right now. Jeff from the San Antonio Express-News. We'll see if he has any info. But let's go behind enemy lines, if you will. And I don't know, maybe Gideon Hamilton has some sort of update from shoot-around that he is hearing. He's with the Thunder Radio Network.
Well, let's talk to him. Much more Spurs, OKC, Game 2 tonight. We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. You don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. Of course, they are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Spurs Thunder Game 2. How did it go and how's the series look now?
And we get a Game 2 with Cleveland. Can they bounce back in the Garden? Other NBA news, the coaching carousel continues to turn. And NFL talk, we know where the draft's going to be. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I've taken up candle making.
Nigel, the whole office smells like wet dog and gym socks.
My nose is highly refined.
Folks, if your home smells a little off, it might be your AC. Portamoon's Breathe Easy package pulls and deep cleans your blower motor, blower wheel, and housing, cleans your coil in place, disinfects the inside of your AC cabinet, and installs a UV light to help zap bacteria and other nasties hiding in your unit. All for just $6.95.
Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic, the delicious daily detox that will keep you feeling your best. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon or pick up some at your local CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen. A fine, an inconvenience, a little embarrassment. But then comes the crash. There are injuries, a hospital bed, the long road to recovery, the moments you'll miss. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. That ticket? That was nothing. Click it. Don't risk it. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Morning Huddle.
There was a push for there to be like some sort of dye put in the pool where if you peed, it like turned the water around you.
We had a sign that if we had it,
It'd
if you
be
pee,
like,
it'll turn blue. We had a sign that said if you pee, it'll turn blue, and it had a guy standing in it was a picture of a guy standing in a pool, and everything around him was dark blue.
Do you think they ever actually used it at the pool you went to, or just the thread?
No,
of it?
this was our pool. And
okay.
We didn't use it. No, but
no, it
we
was
had
just the
sign.
thread of it.
We
yeah.
bought it one time, but I pee in the pool too. My pool.
I pay for those chemicals.
My pool.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sounds like an appropriate song with considering our next guest. We're talking a lot Spurs, OKC, Game 2, big one tonight up in Oklahoma City. I'm Joe Reinigle. He's Jason Minix.
And let's get to know the enemy a little bit better as we head into tonight's Game 2. Gideon Hamilton from the Thunder Radio Network joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Gideon, appreciate the time, especially on a game day. We're talking about from the Spurs angle here on our show. What adjustments do you expect from the Oklahoma City Thunder as they try to even the series at 1?
I come in peace, guys, by the way. No hostility here. The main thing that happened in Game 1 is kind of these either hard or shadow traps on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, where you're either trapping him with, your point of attack defender in a wing, or you're trying to funnel him into the second defender, Victor Wembanyama. And so I would anticipate either you're trying some higher ball screens, which that's going to be tricky, especially if the Thunder are going to play Isaiah Hartenstein much in this series because he's your best screener. But you're trying to disrupt that activity out front because whether it's the Wizards or the Pistons or the Hornets or whoever it is, if you come out and you have a hard trap on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and you have back-end help with a rim protector or guys that can recover defensively, that's why the Lakers tried this and Shai had bad numbers, but there's nobody in the back to help. And so the Thunder just scored whenever they wanted to. If you have guys that can recover defensively and back-end rim protection, it takes the Thunder a while to figure this stuff out. So I thought it was an excellent strategy Game 1, and that's the biggest adjustment I would look for.
Gideon, I'm curious because it seems around the country that Chet Holmgren is just getting killed. Fair or unfair, what is the talk there in OKC?
Oh, it's totally fair. He just disappears against the Spurs, and his impact against San Antonio is typically only going to be felt on if he has open three-point looks, if he can knock those down, because he's not going to guard Victor Wembanyama, so his defensive impact is pretty much mitigated. And the fact that the Spurs have multiple initiators on the floor, and we're talking about maybe adding, De'Aaron Fox back to that mix, it's tougher for him to have the kind of impact that he would have against the Lakers, for instance, when you have DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes up front, or somebody that he can stay attached to and actually guard.
Gideon, as you think about Chet Holmgren and the criticism, he's 7'1", Caruso is 6'5", Williams is 6'5". Why won't they allow Chet to guard Wemby more often than, say, Alex Caruso?
I think because I don't know if you guys saw Wembanyama's shot chart. It's just a big blob in the middle right next to the rim, and then there's that one from 30 feet away. I think they're inclined to think that that's probably the end result, and because they've had success with bigger guys, with Alex Caruso being allowed a little bit more leeway to be physical with guys like Nikola Jokic that we've seen before, especially if they have a higher catch point. But if Victor Wembanyama does a good job at posting up where he has and catching the ball where he did in Game 1, then that's really, really difficult for a guy like Caruso or Jalen Williams to deal with. Holmgren just doesn't have the speed to stay with Victor. It's just not a good matchup for those guys if Wembanyama is catching the ball where he does. So I really don't anticipate, other than maybe a few instances during the game, of Chet trying to guard Victor, even though on the surface that makes the most sense. It's Victor would dominate him.
Gideon, you talk about Alex Caruso and what he does on defense against Wemby. He had a hell of a game, obviously, in Game 1. He was making everything, and he's had a pretty good playoffs overall shooting the ball from three, but I don't think the Thunder are counting on that night in and night out. Shea had some shots the other night, and he just wasn't hitting them. What do you attribute that to? Is that more defense, or was it just an off night in some respects for Shea?
No, I think defensively, and what you can see from him is the few times that he broke free a little bit, he's a little bit further away from the basket than his typical, quote-unquote spots that he likes to get to from about 12 to 16 feet or so. It's almost like, oh my gosh, I finally got open, I have to shoot this now. And that happened a few different occasions during the game, and that's how frustrated he was by what the Spurs did defensively against him. There were a couple of shots I'm sure he would have back that he's typically going to make, but that's what I would attribute that to. And we saw a very similar defensive strategy against Oklahoma City. I think it was Christmas Day, and that was the game where they left Caruso open. I want to say he started like 0 of 8 or 1 of 8 or something like that. He might have finished 2 of 12 for the entire game from 3, and the Spurs won that game by 20 points or whatever it was. And it looks a lot similar to that game in Game 1 if he's not knocking all those down. So at some point, I know Spurs fans had to be frustrated with that. Can somebody else kind of attempt to get out on this guy? But I think it's a decent strategy. I don't know if Alex Caruso is going to set the all-time NBA record for three-point shots made in a series.
I agree with that as we visit with Gideon Hamilton from the Thunder Radio Network here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. I think for the Spurs, the way they were trying to defend and lock up SGA, that was successful. And if a guy like Alex Caruso can hit 8 3-pointers, you can live and die with that, because chances of that happening at least 4 times in this series probably aren't very high.
No, and the fans here were a little bit surprised that Isaiah Joe didn't play in this game. And I thought that, you obviously look at that initial action on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but there weren't a lot of other guys that had open looks throughout the game. Things freed up a little bit in the fourth quarter. I don't know if that was due to fatigue or just kind of a different defensive strategy, trying to hold on to the lead. But you did see some things open up a little bit. Some of the Thunder players talked about that in the game, but the way that Champagny rebounded, the way that Vassell had some great defensive recoveries, I was really impressed by the Carter Bryant coming off the bench and playing well. I was really impressed by the way that those guys played on and off ball defensively throughout the game.
You know, and that was a big mismatch in the game, was the rebounding deficit. And a lot of offensive rebounds, it seemed like, at least watching the game, although the stats don't prove that out. Obviously, that's something that OKC's got to try and do a better job with, is rebounding the basketball.
Well, and you took, I mean, guards have to get in there. Guards can't be looking around at the ball. But when you take your biggest rebounding threat, the guy that's going to get you second opportunities, the guy that's going to clear the glass, when you take that guy off the floor 2 minutes into the game, not only does that have a practical effect, but I think it also sends a signal to the other team, hey, these guys are going to play smaller, you're going to have more opportunities here. Thought the Spurs did a good job not only clearing the glass, but trying to push the pace a little bit off of that, trying to get ahead of Oklahoma City's set defense. So I'm interested to see how much or how little Isaiah Hartenstein plays in the rest of the series. It definitely had an effect on rebounding in Game 1, and we'll see moving forward.
You know, Gideon, from a Spurs perspective, I think the win is even more impressive in Game 1, considering San Antonio was without De'Aaron Fox. They shot about 30% from three, and typically when it's that low, they don't win. And they had a gazillion turnovers in that game, including 11 from Steph Castle, yet they still won. From a Thunder perspective, how concerning is it that the Spurs won with all three of those factors?
I'm really glad you brought that up, because teams are going to have open corner threes against the Thunder. Spurs were awful on those, and so I heard a lot of, after the game, hey, the Spurs just threw their best punch at Oklahoma City. I completely agree with you. I think there's a lot left on the table. Now, this is, in some ways, not reality that we are a part of. It's part of this different Thunder reality where stuff like this doesn't matter, where, you know, those guys will continue to miss those open shots. De'Aaron Fox will come back, everybody will be excited, and he won't be able to buy one from, you know, his spot from like 12 feet away. It just seems to kind of work out that way, and that's kind of the way that Game 1 went. Shea's not doing anything. Hartenstein's not even playing. Chet's invisible, and you're looking up with, you know, a few seconds left to go, and it looks like Oklahoma City is going to win that game. And we're talking about a completely different story if they hang on and do that, where it's, you know, Thunder fans that are saying, hey, this was bad, this was bad, this was bad, this was bad, and we still won. So I think both teams' fans can kind of look at the same thing, but I'm kind of on your side a little bit. I think the Spurs have a little bit more room to reach their ceiling, even though they had some phenomenal performances in Game 1.
Gideon, let me ask you this then. I mean, obviously the regular season the Spurs, I know there were some injuries to both teams, but again, the Spurs win Game 1 of this series. From a confidence factor, do you see that affecting the Thunder at all?
The Thunder always play with a high level of confidence, but after, what you guys know, this is the last game they played in San Antonio, nobody played for OKC anyway, but when you're not used to losing at all, and you're losing multiple times, especially those games were important. The one was the Cup game that they really wanted to win, so they wanted to get revenge on the 23rd, and they got blown out. And they really wanted to get revenge on Christmas and still got blown out. So there's something, the guys are always talking about Victor Wembanyama, and you should, but I think it's almost a little bit too much where the guys are a little bit freaked out by him. And if they lose this game tonight, which I don't anticipate, but if they lose this game tonight, then it starts to become really, really worrisome for these guys to get back on track and find some answers, because it's not frequently throughout the course of the season that they don't have the answers to a problem. And if they lose tonight, it's tough to see how they would figure out answers to this San Antonio problem.
At some point, it sounds like you're going to feel like Josh Allen going against Patrick Mahomes. And you know the numbers. Teams that go up 2-0 win 87% of the time in a series. And the fact that the Spurs were able to get game one, what's the mood, the mentality? I know technically, by definition, this isn't a must-win, but Thunder fans calling the sports animal and the people that you're talking to, is it that feeling that they better get this one tonight?
Yeah, and by the numbers, and typically those teams that would come back, they would be the teams that would fall down 2-0 because they're on the road. Not having a 2-0 lead going back home, that would be even more of an advantage, I would think, if you're San Antonio. So this game has extreme importance to it, but there were a couple of series in the postseason last year, really deflating losses. You had a last-second Aaron Gordon shot. You had the last-second Tyrese Halliburton shot in Game 1 of the second round and finals, respectively, and Oklahoma City played really, really well in those Game 2s. This is just a better team that they're playing right now, so we'll see if that Game 2 thing plays out again tonight, or if this is just a completely different animal, so to speak.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good way to put it. I've got to ask you this, though, Gideon. You kind of mentioned you'd be surprised if OKC loses tonight. I think a lot of people feel that way. What do they have to do? I know we've talked about a lot of things. I know Shea's got to play better. He's got to score better if he possibly can. I know Minnesota tried to screen Wemby down low a lot to try and open up the lane a little bit, something like that. I'm just trying to figure out anything that the Thunder can do to try and open up the lane a little bit.
Yeah, I might try that. I also might try not initiating possessions with Shea and having him come off ball a little bit more, and maybe that frees him up, because when he dribbles the ball up court, it's basically a neon sign saying, hey, guys, trap me here. So I might look at that a little bit more, use Jalen Williams as more of an initiator. And then guys off the ball have to be more assertive when you do momentarily have that 4-on-3. AJ Mitchell can't dribble the ball and then dribble back out. AJ Mitchell can't score 4 points in 32 minutes. That's just not going to help out. So that's something that I would look at from Oklahoma City, is maybe have Shea off ball a little bit more, and then just try to do everything you can to make sure Victor Wembanyama catches the ball further than 8 feet away from the basket.
Gideon Hamilton from the Thunder Radio Network here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Obviously, you know and cover Chet Holmgren far better than we know him here in the style of player he is. But a lot of comments right now on our YouTube about, and I'm not asking you if he's a dirty player, but when he was stepping on Wemby's ankle there at the free throw line, I'm sure you've seen that video. When there were some times it looked like they were trying to pull a page from Minnesota's playbook, trying to get under Wemby's skin. And look, Minnesota, they were able to do that, and you saw the elbow, and he got ejected from a game. Mm-hmm. Is Chet that kind of a player, or is that gamesmanship just trying to piss off Wemby to see if he'll throw an elbow?
Chet's a very flamboyant player. You also saw an instance earlier in the game where somebody swiped down, and he looked like he got karate kicked in the face. So he's a very demonstrative player, but there's that stuff goes on throughout the game, like the stepping on somebody's foot or just trying to irritate them a little bit. We haven't seen anything, I don't think, egregious or over the line yet, and I hope we don't.
Well, I hope we don't either. All right, you can't avoid this topic, the officials. Honestly, I think Oklahoma City gets the whistles tonight more so than they did in Game 1. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. I'm always surprised when they don't. So I would be surprised tonight. These guys just have made it into an art form, and typically people around here pretend like it doesn't happen. I say, embrace the fact that your craftiness is helping you win basketball games, or helping to put you in more advantageous position to win basketball games. So that's another thing that really didn't help Oklahoma City in game one that typically normally does. So that's another. I thought game one was officiated very fairly and also didn't take a lot of the rhythm out of the game that allowed the teams to execute a little bit better. And that's not always a guarantee for every game. So we'll see how tonight's officiated.
Gideon Hamilton of the Thunder Radio Network. Before we let you go, our poll question today on our YouTube channel, I want to get your thoughts here. The question is easy. What is your gut feeling tonight heading into game two? Spurs win or Thunder lose are your two options.
We're not homers at all, Gideon.
No, it would make our job here a lot more interesting and get a lot more engagement if San Antonio won tonight, but I just don't see it happening after what I saw last year.
Going to be fun, that's for sure. If it's anything like game one, I'm in for it. That was one of the best basketball games I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Gideon, have fun tonight. Appreciate you jumping on with us on a game day. I know you're busy.
You too, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Gideon Hamilton from the Thunder Radio Network on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Yeah, everybody in Oklahoma City is as calm as Gideon. I mean, that dude just calm, monotone voice, nothing, just
matter of fact, reporter type.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, reporter type. I don't know. I was a reporter and I get jacked up.
Wow.
I mean, come on. Let's go. It's basketball. No, Chet didn't step on his foot. What the hell are you thinking?
It's crafty.
Wimby was hurting him.
Uh-huh.
Let's
Although
go.
I think he was pretty honest about Chet can't guard that guy. You know, that meme of him, Chet wetting himself, it's pretty accurate.
I think it is absolutely the case, and I'm not sure that, you know, the one thing that you've seen a lot of is that Chet's afraid of Wemby. I'm not sure that the fear of Wemby is there, but he's got to know, I mean, that he's not athletic enough to stay with Victor Wembanyama. Most 7-footers are not. So that's what makes Wemby the alien, as everybody likes to call him, and just different than everybody else and different than anything else we have ever seen.
And, of course, that three, mathematically by some of the stats, 32.3 feet, I think I saw, and the longest shot made in Vic's career.
Well, and it was a huge one.
Yeah.
Because I think they lose the game if he does not make that. I mean, there was a good chance of that. So it was a huge
talk about
shot.
Ball maxing. I mean, he certainly did it on that one.
He certainly did that, no doubt about it. A lot more Spurs OKC talk. We'd like to invite you to chime in on what you think is going to happen today as well, or tonight. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page with San Antonio, or sasportstar.com is a good way to get there. Or you can get Minix on Twitter, at Jason Minix. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210. Call your shot. What's going to happen tonight and why? We'll talk about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you, a great place to go watch this game tonight. Novo Brewery. Get out there if you haven't been out there. This is a perfect opportunity to get out there with a 7:30 tip-off. You can get out there early. You can have a great dinner, have a few drinks, and just get ready for the game. There's not a bad seat in the house. There are TVs all over that place. And it is a phenomenal place to go watch a game. It's there at North Star Mall. You can get there through the mall, or they've got their own entrance off the Rector Street entrance to North Star Mall. So you don't have to go through the mall if you don't want to. It's huge. You can take as many people as you want to. You got a big group of sports fans that you want to take in there. Do it. They can accommodate any kind of group. And let me tell you something. They've got 60 craft beers on tap. They've got domestic beer on tap. They've got kombucha on draft there as well. That stuff is delicious, by the way. And they've got a full bar. So if you're not into beer, you don't want beer or kombucha, they'll make you any kind of cocktail that you want. Everything from wings to empanadas to ribeye steaks. So it goes up and down the lineup there at Novo, and it is all absolutely delicious. Go check them out. The best way to do that before you get there, go to novobrew.com. That's N-O-V-O brew.com.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Blitz, 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle. All the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit PayPal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Heading to the coast for Memorial Day weekend, so is the Blitz. Join us Friday afternoon at the official grand opening of the Roo Pub Rockport. You know it will be the best place on the coast to watch Game 3, so we'll see you at the Roo in Rockport.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
We are all waiting for tip-off, 7:30 tonight from Oklahoma City, Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, Spurs and OKC. Of course, the Spurs have a 1-game-to-none lead in that best-of-7 set. De'Aaron Fox listed as questionable, considered a game-time decision after missing Game 1 of this series. By the way, it will be televised on NBC and streaming on Peacock. Speaking of the Spurs, they're headed to Paris and Manchester in January.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagel. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's game day on a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah.
That one was bad. Do it again.
I don't want to do it again.
I mean, double.
It's game day, all right? It's game day.
There's another Steph Castle tournament.
Whatever. Well, that's okay. Me and Steph, I'll be in his category any day of the week. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. Great hump day. Wherever you are, however you're spending this Wednesday afternoon. Thanks for making the Blitz a part of your day. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and dude, I'm fired up.
I'm ready for tonight.
Let's go.
Your true gut feeling. I know we've got a poll question up on YouTube, but how are you guys feeling about tonight's game? I think I've heard from some of my friends that have texted, and you got to call the show, but texted that they're not feeling great about tonight's game too. And look, most have the Spurs winning in 6 or 7, which means you're going to have a loss. And the Spurs aren't going to win every game at home. Can they go up 2-0 on the road? I mean, you think about the statistics would be so much in their favor. Since 1984, teams that are up 2-0 are 27-4 when it comes to winning the series. That is 87%.
Absolutely, because the other team now has got to win 4 games in 5 tries.
Yep.
And that's not a lot of room for error when it comes to that. And that's why I expect, Jason, a desperate Thunder team tonight. And I'm not saying the Spurs can't match that, because certainly they can. And they've had Oklahoma City's number, although I don't like to compare regular season to playoffs, but they certainly won the game the other night, however they did it and whatever happened. But Oklahoma City has to feel like they can't go to San Antonio down 2-0. They've got to even up this series tonight.
And I think the Spurs are very fortunate to have gotten the Game 1 win.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you think about what is statistically the longest shot Wemby has made in his NBA career. You survive all the turnovers in a poor three-point shooting night, and you didn't have a De'Aaron Fox. Don't know if you're going to have a De'Aaron Fox tonight either. I mean, you listen to Mitch Johnson yesterday, and yeah.
He won't. Even though he did play, he will just continue the same rhythm that he did, to my knowledge, when he did play. Between games, he'll do everything he can, which is mostly rest, and then get treatment to prepare for the next game. And tomorrow pregame, we'll find out if he can. And I have no input on it because I trust him more than any medical or anything else, so he'll tell us.
That's awesome. And again, De'Aaron Fox is going to know his body better than anybody else. The doctors do have to clear him, though. If he can injure that thing anymore, I'm for leaving him out. And I think, again, not saying that I don't want him to win tonight, but they do have the luxury of that and not playing him. And they won without him in Game 1, and they can certainly do it again. My gut tells me, just looking at him, I don't think he's playing tonight.
Well, he didn't do anything of note while the media was allowed in to their shoot-around portion. We have no idea what was happening in the part that the media wasn't allowed to view. But based on what we saw, I think you go, man, I don't think he's going to play tonight. And that could be simple gamesmanship for the San Antonio Spurs. So Oklahoma City might be thinking, okay, Dylan Harper will get the start again, and this is what we're going to need. And quite frankly, they're a better defensive team when Dylan Harper is in that starting lineup and playing the minutes. But you could certainly see where you miss a De'Aaron Fox on the offensive end. And with that, even though he's only been here about a year and a half, it almost do we take it for granted what he offers? And
yes,
but the chemistry that he and Wemby have, especially on the pick and rolls, that wasn't there. I mean, if De'Aaron Fox is being guarded by Alex Caruso down low, you got 7'5" versus 6'5". You're just throwing it up like you're playing Nerf basketball in the bedroom with the goal on the bedroom door, right? That would be easy pickings that they can do if De'Aaron Fox is in the game, that for whatever reason they couldn't do with Steph Castle running the point.
Well, and that's, I would have to imagine that if Steph Castle or Dylan Harper, whoever is running the point, if that's necessary, I'm sure they've talked about that. I'm sure they've seen film. But De'Aaron Fox, I got to believe, there would have been 10, 12 alley-oop buckets in that game had Fox been in there. Plus, you're talking about a 20-something point a game guy, roughly, in that neighborhood. That you're missing out on, too. There's so many things that De'Aaron Fox brings to this team. And so if he's not playing, it hurts. I don't care what happens or who else is in there or whatever the case may be. So we'll see if De'Aaron Fox can go tonight. But, again, I don't have a good feeling about it. But maybe that's a good thing because I was shocked that he didn't play in Game 1.
You know, sometimes you see things. I don't even know if this is real, so I won't even bring it up because that might be.
Okay.
This might be fake. It might be an AI photo. I haven't seen what the T-shirts for tonight are. But if this is true, where it says Shea is the MVP, that's probably not a good idea for Oklahoma City.
I don't think so, because Michael C. Wright had a shot, and I don't think anything said
Well, these are all blue, and I saw some earlier where it looked like they were going to be striped. So I like this might be some AI crap. But if that is true, that's probably not smart on their part.
That's probably a Spurs fan doing that with AI, making sure that,
Let's hope. You know what? Let me change my mind. Maybe I would say.
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim. Yeah, it's now according to Michael C. Wright, there's different colors tonight. There's some white T-shirts and some blue ones, and it just simply says Thunder. There's nothing about SGA being the MVP.
Okay.
I'll trust Michael C. Wright. He's a reporter for ESPN and is covering the Spurs for them. And OKC Thunder actually tweeted them out.
Okay. So they're just cool T-shirts sponsored by the Riverwind Casino. And, man, they spend a lot of money on mailers because I get one from that casino about once a week.
Well, wouldn't it be nice if the Spurs had a sponsor like that? I don't know. It'd kind of be nice. I know they have Kickapoo, but
you mean a casino?
Yes.
Well, wouldn't it be nice if there was a casino that's about a 15-minute drive from the arena?
Well, that would be nice too, or even something inside the arena where you could go and make a bet if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The Suns have that, don't they?
Yeah.
So
a lot of places do.
Well, of course they
I believe
do.
it's legal in 40 states, or is that marijuana? Either way, it ain't Texas for either one.
It ain't Texas, so.
All right.
All
right, so that was a fake T-shirt I got. I knew I was getting had this, and they wouldn't be that stupid.
No.
But it was
they're not.
funny.
No, well, it is funny, but it's multicolored tonight. It was all blue in game one. Tonight, it's blue and white. So depending on where you're sitting will be the color of your T-shirt.
Oh.
We'll see how that looks on TV tonight.
I know we have a colleague here in our sales department, Alex. He's going to the game tonight.
Yeah, he's already posted some pictures on his social media with a 94-1 logo.
Yeah, he took one of our banners that Pledge gave him. Oh, I got a problem with Alex going to the game and the photos that he's already posted. He's got no Spurs gear. The other day, he was wearing a shirt from the 2013 finals. I'm like, dude, you can't wear that. He's like, why? It's a Spurs shirt. I'm like, 2013 is like the greatest nightmare ever. Of all the shirts you have, it's from that? And he was like, why? And I explained to him, he goes, that was that year? Yeah, dude. Big fan, aren't you?
Well, it's Alex. Come on. It's Alex. He's all right. That's fine.
Yeah,
look, I went and got
there wearing brown.
You got to go gear up. I went and did that today.
You did.
I did.
You did. Well, maybe Alex has whatever he's going to wear to the game in his suitcase.
Well, maybe.
Because
you're not getting any
every
Spurs gear
every
in
else
OKC.
one of his friends is wearing Spurs gear except Alex.
Well,
it's like Alex is like, yeah, dude, you got your ass kicked. I'm out, man. I ain't helping you. Yeah, I'm not wearing. Not in enemy territory. No.
Yeah, well, I don't know why. That'd be great. I saw a lot of Spurs jerseys. A lot, and a smattering of them
for a road game. I mean,
yes.
A fairly easy drive. Hopefully, the Jackals were able to get there. One of our other coworkers said they had some friends trying to buy tickets, couldn't buy them because they were San Antonio zip codes, so they used her Arkansas relatives to buy the tickets.
Yep, and which is smart, by the way. And if you're Oklahoma City, I don't blame you. You don't want a bunch of Spurs fans in there buying tickets and turning that into a home game.
Yeah, but it sounds like the Philadelphia Knicks, and that didn't help. Do we do that in San Antonio? Do the Spurs restrict who can buy tickets?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, because I do know, because it's pissed me off before, especially when the Lakers would be here, and the Spurs fans sell in their tickets. Now, Grant, go make your money, but not in the postseason.
Well, no, that should be.
There should be a rule.
What should be? I don't know if it is or not, but
I don't know. Have you seen the prices for these postseason tickets?
Well, of course. Did you? Nothing is higher than what they had at Madison Square Garden last night. I don't think there was a ticket under $1,000. No matter where it was, it just outrageous. And yeah, ticket prices are huge. I'm sure they're high here in San Antonio too.
Oh, they are.
So I mean, but that's just the way that it is. If you want to go to the game, you gotta pay the price.
But you got to be there. That's part of it.
Well, sure. As a fan, you got to be there. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Because I want to drink beer and eat hot dogs.
Well, that's just a random day for you.
Well, yeah, but
I love wieners.
I mean, I'm going to go home tonight. I'll drink beer and probably eat hot dogs.
You're home alone, aren't you?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is, look, and I love my wife, don't get me wrong, but when there's a game like this on, I don't want any distractions. No.
Uh-huh.
I just sit there. Although, I don't know, the Roo Pub.
Roo Pub, it's steak night.
It is.
It's steak night at the Roo Pub.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I don't hear you ponying up to go over there.
I bought lunch.
Well, I didn't ask you to buy anything.
You said pony up. That means buy.
I meant pony up like to go.
Oh.
I figured you'd already have a table reserved. And
such a great game watching environment.
It really is. It really is.
You want me to reserve you a table?
And I'm sure, no. I can reserve my own table.
Okay.
Found that out. I got friends down there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I do.
Minnick said.
Yeah, that's it.
Were you taken care of?
I was.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. But it wasn't because of you. Apparently,
Yeah.
they said the hell with you.
Yeah.
And gave your table away.
Well, they knew I was out of town, and why?
Where are we going from here? What are
We're
we doing?
talking
What the
Spurs.
hell are we doing? Spurs
We're talking
basketball?
Spurs, your gut feeling for tonight.
All right, gut feeling for tonight. What's yours? Are we going to wait to say ours?
Yeah, we'll do that during Game Night San Antonio,
All right.
brought to you by Vision Source.
Jeff McDonald of the San Antonio Express News is going to join us at 4:35. So we'll get we got the Oklahoma City side. We'll get the San Antonio Spurs side. Not sure if Jeff will have any intel on De'Aaron Fox, but you never know. He might. And we'll see if he shares that with us. We're talking Spurs basketball. Game 2 with OKC tonight. I can't wait. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This Saturday afternoon, the San Antonio Gunslingers have their next game. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Freeman Coliseum this Saturday. And the Gunslingers this Memorial Day weekend will be honoring our heroes at their military appreciation game. So if you're active duty or retired military, if you show up with your ID, your military ID, you will get in free. The first 1,000 fans will get a free American flag. And they'll do all kinds of other cool stuff. They always do. Very patriotic, the Gunslingers are. So go check out indoor football this Saturday afternoon as the San Antonio Gunslingers have their military appreciation game. Going to be a fun day of indoor football. Get your tickets now, sagunslingers.com. That's sagunslingers.com.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, price and valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Spurs Thunder Game 2. How did it go and how's the series look now?
And we get a Game 2 with Cleveland. Can they bounce back in the Garden? Other NBA news, the coaching carousel continues to turn. And NFL talk, we know where the draft's going to be. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What is your gut feeling for tonight? That is the question as we get ready for Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
We doing a show?
Yeah, kind of.
Just checking.
You can make old man bathroom jokes all you want at Joe Reinagel 210.
Sure, you can do that. I was just taking a stroll down the hallway, visiting with folks, and lost track of time. You know, it happens.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
Did you forget your water?
You know, it's kind of like, no, it's right here.
No, I meant the first time.
No. I just told you what happened. That's what happened.
I thought you were leaving a key part of the story out.
I'm just telling you, that's what happened. Oh, my goodness.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We do have a brilliant poll question up today asking about your gut feeling for tonight's game, so head over to YouTube and vote in the poll. SASportsStar.com, and you can get there. As mentioned, Jeff McDonald is in Oklahoma City. He will join us coming up at 4:35. The latest from Jeff. And after getting game one, if you're confident, is it because the Spurs struggled in a couple of areas in game one that normally means they lose and they were still able to win, or lack of confidence because, man, Oklahoma City isn't going to lose two in a row at home. They're just too damn good.
Well, I don't know if that's it. I look at every game as different. What happened in game one is going to be completely different than what happens in game two. I don't think, to me anyway, you can't take what happened in game one and apply it to game two in any way, shape, or form as far as the play and who scored and who didn't. And because I think every game, and I think it's the beauty of the playoffs, is that every game writes its own story. And so I think tonight there will be somebody else. It was Alex Caruso for OKC in game one. I think it'll be somebody else for them in game two. Wemby had a hell of a game. Will he put up eye-popping stats like that again tonight? I'm not sure. But who will step up and who will be the role player that will help him? That's why I love the NBA playoffs, because every game seems to have its own twists and its own turns.
That's the beauty of it. Let's go to the phones. Gino, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, Jason, my condolences to you, your family. But my son and I, we were up there because my son just graduated from Bullock at Fort Sill, so we took a ride. We were at game one, and my son is the biggest Spurs fan out there, and he was talking right from game start. And we dominated that game except for maybe about 3 or 4 minutes in the fourth quarter where they came back and tied it up. And obviously Wemby did his thing. So I think the Spurs are going to come out and still have that fire in them. As long as the referees don't go and give Shea all those ticky-tack fouls like we were expecting that to happen tonight, I think the Spurs are going to come out with a close game. I'd like to hear what you guys think. I know you're going to wait till the end of your show, but, man, that environment was on fire, and all the Spurs fans were up there. We couldn't be more prouder of what they did for this city, and they represented. And another thing, Chet has no game against Wemby. Wemby owns his ass.
Yes.
And all I got to say is,
that is true. Gino, appreciate the call. And
that's absolutely right, Gino.
Congrats to your son graduating. And the fact that they went to the game.
Well,
that's cool.
I think that's really cool. But the fact that you've got a 7'1" center on your team, and he's not guarding your 7'4" center on the other team, that to me is embarrassing. Instead of that, you've got Alex Caruso, who gives up a foot, at least a foot to Wemby. That if I'm Chet Holmgren, I'm embarrassed. And that's ridiculous.
I'm curious, looking at one of the comments right now on YouTube from Alexandra. Gut feeling, Spurs win if we out-rebound them and keep turnovers under 12. I don't know that it's possible to keep turnovers under 12. And, again, you think about the Spurs, generally it's about their average for the regular season. But as we talked about yesterday with PJ Carlissimo, as great of a defensive team as Oklahoma City is, you got to live with the turnovers. They are going to happen. And when you go back and you think about that game it's not like there were a lot of lazy turnovers, a lot of what the hell are you thinking kind of turnovers. Just like Dylan Harper coming away with 7 steals, the Spurs created a lot of turnovers as well. I wonder if we need to kind of take that turnover part, which is we would apply in most cases, and say, against this team, we know they're going to happen.
Screw it.
Yeah, exactly. They've got to hit their threes. I don't know what they're going to get out of their bench, and quite frankly, based on what Mitch Johnson has said, those guys, they got a really great seat and a paycheck to watch a great series.
Well, and a lot of people bringing this up on our YouTube page about fatigue, and I think it's a legit point, and it's something to watch for tonight. Now, keep in mind, the Spurs came right off of a pretty physical series with Minnesota while OKC was resting. So if there is any fatigue, and you did see Wemby kind of run out of gas a little bit, although it didn't affect what he was able to do on the floor, certainly. That is something to watch for tonight. If it's a close, tough battle going into the fourth quarter, do the Spurs have the legs to get it done? To me, I think they bring up a good point.
That's where I can see either team. If a blowout is in the making, whether it's Oklahoma City blowing out San Antonio, and honestly, if that were to happen, I don't think I'd be surprised. If San Antonio is blowing out Oklahoma City, I'm not going to be surprised by that either, based on what we saw them do to the Thunder during the regular season. But I can see if you have, in that fourth quarter, start of the fourth quarter, a lead of more than 15 points, 18 points, you're not going to see a comeback like you saw the Knicks have last night against the Cavs, because I think the team that is down would probably start pulling people, because while we talk about fatigue, and Oklahoma City was more rested coming into the series, but SGA played about 50 minutes the other night too. And so if there's a blowout, I can see both coaches looking to say, all right, we're not going to expend a ton of energy trying to come back in this game, because you got game 3 Friday night in San Antonio.
To a certain extent. I mean, look, the OKC came back from 10 down. If it's 15, why would they not think they could come back from 15 down? And I think either team's got to do that. I don't know. This is a game that I don't see anybody putting up the white flag until it is absolutely obvious. If you get down to 4, 5, 3 minutes, whatever it is, and you're down double digits, okay. But if it's 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes and you're down double digits, I don't see anybody throwing the white flag up. And I think we've just seen too many comebacks. San Antonio doing it, Portland doing it to San Antonio, Thunder doing it. In the NBA, the three-point error, I don't think anybody's out of anything. No. We certainly saw that last night. 2 different teams, obviously, 2 better defensive teams in this series. But the white flag, it's going to have to be a hell of a blowout for somebody to throw up the white flag early in the fourth quarter, in my mind.
And to your point, I mean, the Spurs did go up 10 with 10 minutes to play. And although they only had that double-digit lead for a possession.
Right.
And then Alex Caruso hit a 3. And that's the one thing that I felt like San Antonio was dominating, and they should have been up 12, 15 points, and they weren't. And they could never get the lead up to that. They could never get it to a 3 or 4 possession game, except for that brief moment where they were able to get to 10. And, Oklahoma City always stayed within arm's length, and then they took the lead. And, again, De'Aaron Fox, if he's able to play, and play Mitch Johnson for a moment, if they're like, yeah, he's good, but he's only going to be able to give you spot minutes, do you start him? Or do you have a De'Aaron Fox coming off the bench?
I think you absolutely start him if he can play. I think you have to. You go back to what you had. Dylan Harper's great defensively. He can do a lot of things offensively. But if De'Aaron Fox can go, I think he's got to be in the starting lineup without a doubt. I don't care if it's restricted minutes or not. I think De'Aaron Fox, just knowing what he can do and what he provides, he's got to be in the starting lineup.
The one thing that we haven't spent enough time talking about, at least not today, we did yesterday. The Spurs were the physical aggressors in Game 1.
True.
And that needs to continue. and I don't know that you could say they were that in against Portland or against Minnesota, but they were the more physical team. And, they can't be dumb like, Wemby when he lowered his shoulder and just bowled over Alex Caruso, although I do think that was by design to get a review just to get them some extra rest. But even Julian Champagny, says, they set the tone in game one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously every game we come out, we want to set the tone. We want to impose our will and play our style of basketball. And I feel like last night we went out there, we were able to do that. We'll focus on how we could, be a little better about it going into the next game. But for our first game, I think we set a pretty good tone.
And the other thing is San Antonio, when they look across there and they see the Thunder, they've just got to be confident as hell. I mean, they have really owned this team. Again, regular season is a regular season and injuries and all of that. But they have, and they've got to feel extremely confident, unlike a lot of other teams that face off against OKC. I think San Antonio looks at that and said, these guys, they can't beat us. We can play with these guys, and we're confident we can take this game tonight. The confidence got to be sky high if you're wearing a Spurs jersey.
It's old school San Antonio analogy, but it's like all those schools that used to play Judson, and they knew they lost the game when they got off the bus.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City has that on a lot of teams. They don't have that with San Antonio.
True.
They just don't. There is no fear factor that, man, we are playing these guys, good luck. Even earlier in the show when we were talking with the dude from the Thunder Radio Network, the way everybody is in awe of Wemby is and it's understandable. Chet's afraid of that guy. I mean, and the dude from Thunder Radio Network essentially said that. And one, he can't guard him. They know that athletically and all of that. But at some point, if you're Chet, don't you sit there and say, Coach, I got him. Let me have him. You look at the the factor, the stat on who defended Wemby. Chet had the fewest minutes of everybody on the Thunder guarding Wemby the other night. Alex Caruso had the most. Alex Caruso was 6'5".
Yeah, I mean it's he's given up a foot in size, and then you're talking about the arm length of Wemby, and you're giving up probably 3 feet. And so that's what I mean. Had De'Aaron Fox been in the game, I think it may never have gone to overtime to begin with because the opportunities for the alley-oops were just there, and it was just so easy. And that's what I mean. And you hit the nail on the head. Chet Holmgren, I mean, grow a pair, dude. Maybe ball max yourself or whatever the hell we were talking about earlier.
Ball maxing.
Yeah, I mean,
the
dude.
new thing for guys.
I mean, grow a pair.
Yeah, but you have to have a pair to inject yourself don't you?
Well, I'm just saying, this guy's an NBA
No, I was going for
player.
chocolate balls.
He's an NBA basketball player, and I mean, dude, even if you get beat, at least make Wemby work. Do something. But, I mean, the fact that I'm looking over, if you're Chet Holmgren and you're looking over and you're seeing Alex Caruso guarding a 7'5" guy, dude, I'm embarrassed.
Maybe did you see any of the shows on ESPN today?
No, I did not.
The way they were ripping James Harden for his poor defense on Brunson, I think Chet doesn't want that kind of negativity, and that's exactly what would happen if he had to guard Wemby for an extended period of time. Well, he is.
You're getting killed now. You might as well try to do something because it ain't going to go away, and it's embarrassing. And I'll continue to rip him if he's a big old wiener. Let's talk to Jeff McDonald. The San Antonio Express News covers the San Antonio Spurs, and, well, he's with them pretty much all the time when they're in season or now in the playoffs, and he's in Oklahoma City right now. Let's talk to Jeff when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills.
At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text FLIP to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text FLIP to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text FLIP to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text FLIP to 64,000.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done inside and out at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last, selection varies by location.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Memorial Day sale and get 30% off paints and stains May 15th through the 28th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits 2. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Looking forward to Game 2 tonight in Oklahoma City. Spurs lead that best-of-7 set 1-0. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
And you know, if Pledge is playing Pearl Jam, Jeff McDonald from the San Antonio Express News is joining us, as he does now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Jeff, I mean, game 2 tonight, the big question is De'Aaron Fox, and I don't know if it's still too early to know if he's going to be able to go tonight, right?
Yeah, the way these things have worked throughout the playoffs, there's a little gamesmanship involved, but you don't show your hand until you absolutely have to. So he's still listed as questionable right now, and we will ask Mitch Johnson about an hour and 15 minutes for the game, and he will say he's trending the right direction, and we're going to check it out on the floor, but we don't have a decision yet, and then we'll find out when they put out the starting lineups. But I could go one of two ways. I was a little surprised he didn't play in game 1.
Yeah.
I know his ankle has been bothering him since about game 4 of that Minnesota series when Ayo Dosunmu dove into his legs there. But I brought him to us at shoot-around to talk to the media before game 1. And so that's usually a sign that they think that guy's going to play. And then he did not play. So I was a little surprised. Now that the Spurs have won game 1, I'm curious, do they treat it as a house money kind of situation and say, we got the one thing we came for, which was to get one win of these 2 games in Oklahoma City. Let's sit Fox again for game 2, give him as much time as possible to heal up, and maybe have a healthier version of him come game 3 and 4 in San Antonio. I don't know that they'll do that. I don't know that I'm even advocating that. I'm just going to be curious to see if that's how they might approach it. But then you go back to the Portland series where they had a chance to do that with Victor and a concussion. They went up to Portland and won game 3 without Victor. And you kind of thought, well, maybe they give him another game in game 4 to get the cobwebs out, but they did not. They played him in game 4, and that was a concussion. So I could go a number of different ways tonight, and it'll just be interesting to see, is all I'm going to say, because they definitely need Fox. I know they won game 1 without him. I know Dylan Harper was great. But they need that. And in this series, you need all the ball handling guards you can possibly put on the floor. And so Fox being out puts a lot of onus on those other 2 guys.
Yeah, no question about it. Now, I know, Jeff, that you guys don't get in and see all of shoot-around today, and I'm not sure exactly what they did before you went in there, but didn't look to me, just from the videos I've seen, that Fox was doing anything during the time that you guys were allowed in the arena.
Yeah, usually by the time we're in there, it's just the guys who want to get up extra shots or getting up extra shots. It's kind of an informal sport. It's basically shoot-around is over, and they're just kind of anybody that needs to do any other stuff on their own is free to do it. So, but you're right, he wasn't doing much while we were in there, and he was in. Not that this matters in this day and age either, but he was in sweats and not shorts, which that can mean nothing anyway. I mean that's kind of how shoot-arounds go now. They don't do a whole lot in some of these shoot-arounds, especially after everybody played 50 minutes the other night. They were going to go pretty light today.
Jeff McDonald of the San Antonio Express News here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Obviously, no De'Aaron Fox in game 1. A gazillion turnovers, and they weren't great from three-point range, yet they still won. Are you more impressed by that or surprised by that?
That's a good question. I think if you're either team, you can look at it half full or half empty. If you're the Thunder, you can say, Shea didn't have a great game, and they didn't shoot it very well either. And Victor Wembanyama and Dylan Harper had to have historical record-breaking games for the Spurs to win in double overtime. And if Victor doesn't make a 35-footer at the end of the first overtime, the Thunder win the game. You can sell yourself on that if you're the Thunder. If you're the Spurs, you can say, well, okay, all that's true, but we didn't have De'Aaron Fox and we beat you. You're not going to get 31 from Alex Caruso again. And the Spurs, historically, they're not going to turn the ball over 21 times. So you can look at the Spurs and say, we did all that wrong and we still won the game on the road against the champs and feel good about that. I think when you look at it, game 2, and this is the way it is in every series, game 2 is just a new game, a new animal, and we'll see what goes. Maybe Caruso comes out and he's Steph Curry again, but maybe he's not. Maybe the Spurs turn it all over, throw it all over the Paycom Center again tonight. Maybe they don't. And it's just every game is a new thing and a new animal, and they take on a life of their own. And we just got to see where it goes.
And that's the beauty of the NBA playoffs. That's for sure. That every game is its own story. I've got to ask you though, and you being up there in Oklahoma City, Jeff. Chet Holmgren is getting killed all over the nation on social media for not going head to head with Wemby. What are you hearing there, and why do you think he's not doing that?
The main reason I would say would be X's and O's wise. If Chet is guarding Wemby can take him out to the 3-point line, and then there is nobody at the rim to defend the Dylan Harper drives and the De'Aaron Fox drives and the Steph Castle drives. So if and the Spurs did this a little bit with Wemby too. I mean, a lot of the reason Caruso was open for all those 3-pointers was that was Wemby's guy, and they're leaving him, giving the Thunder that shot. So Wemby is free to kind of have a foot in the paint, roam, be a weak side defender. He doesn't have to stick with Caruso in the corner. The Thunder like to do that against the Spurs. The Thunder like to do that with Holmgren, and so that's probably why they haven't gone to the head-to-head Chet to Wemby matchup yet. And it's interesting about Holmgren because I'm told he's an all-star and an all-NBA player. He was the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year, but I'll be honest, mostly when I see him, he's playing the Spurs, and he just looks like a dude.
Yeah.
He just looks like a dude against the Spurs. He's just a guy. And it's not a slight on Chet Holmgren. It's more just the difference between him and Wemby, which seems obvious at this point. But there was a time in there where everyone wanted to make it a Chet-Wemby matchup, like the media wanted that, and fashion it into this one-on-one thing. And they're not even in the same stratosphere.
Not at all.
I mean, they're just not.
Jeff McDonald of the San Antonio Express News here on the Blitz. You think about the defensive game plan against SGA in Game 1. Was phenomenal. I mean, both Castle Harper, even Carter Bryant guarding them, and really two, and I've heard the term 2.5 because you're feeding it into Wemby. Do you anticipate any changes to what the Spurs do defensively on SGA?
I really don't. I really think they like what they did there. They're not going to let Shea get loose into the paint. They're not going to let him get paint touches, which fuels a lot of their offense, even if he's not the one doing the scoring. If he's going to score, and the guy averaged 31 points in the regular season, he was averaging 29 in the playoffs coming into Game 1. Like, if the guy's going to score, the Spurs are going to make him make tough, contested, mid-range jump shots, which he can do. Like, he's the MVP for that, for that reason. He can do that. But the Spurs want to turn him into a one-dimensional mid-range jump shooter, and maybe he has a game where he's hitting all these shots over double teams and over Steph Castle, and he has a big game, and the Thunder win the game, but the Spurs will live with that. There's so many other people involved. Now, part of keeping him out of the paint is what I mentioned earlier. They're going to give up open 3-point shots, and their goal is to give up open 3-point shots to the guys you want taking them if you're the Spurs. So the Thunder players you want taking the threes, they want to funnel the ball to there and make that be the shot. And Lou Dort is one of those, and that worked out for the Spurs in Game 1. It actually worked out against everybody who wasn't Alex Caruso. None of those players could anything in Game 1. So I think the Spurs will probably double down. Man, Caruso had the second 30-point game of his entire career the other night. We're going to bet that he's not going to do that again, even if we leave him butt naked open. So I would be surprised if, at least at the start, the Spurs don't double down strategy and you see that guy be open and have to take shots. And I'll remind everybody, if you remember the Christmas Day game, that was the exact strategy. What did Caruso do? He was 2 of 12 from 3. They sat there and watched that man miss 10 3-pointers, which kind of feeds into their strategy for Game 1, and it almost backfired because the guy didn't miss. He made 8. But I think he's probably going to be somewhere in the middle of that, and the Spurs will live with that as long as they keep Shea from going ballistic.
Well, and that's the thing. And then, of course, and I hate to bring this up, Jeff, but I'm going to anyway, the whistles tonight and what happens. Typically, Oklahoma City wins that battle with Shea and even Chet Holmgren to some extent. Do you anticipate perhaps the whistles might go a little more Oklahoma City's way tonight?
Man, that is just so hard to predict, but it's just kind of the nature of the beast in the NBA playoffs that the games are very they take on a tenor based on the officiating, and it's a new whistle each game, and you have to adjust to it. You know, there were games in that Minnesota series where everybody got away with murder, and then there were games where especially after the elbow incident, the refs felt like they had to tighten it up a little bit. And I thought it was a pretty fairly called game the other night in Game 1. I didn't really have a lot of moments where I thought the refs were really blowing it. It's just going to depend. I mean, you could see where they come. You just don't know. I think that's maybe the frustration of every team and every coach in the NBA playoffs since the NBA playoffs have started, is you just don't know what you're going to get from the ref crew that night, and it's always an X factor, but it's an X factor that both teams have to learn to adjust to and deal with. You just want it to be, fair both ways.
Yeah, and consistent. That's and that's with refs in any sport, but it's always not the easiest thing to find. Jeff McDonald of the Express News here on the Blitz. Kind of looking at this two different ways. De'Aaron Fox is able to play tonight, normal minutes, normal rotation. If he can't go normal minutes rotations, do you keep Dylan Harper in the starting lineup where they might be defensively better with Harper in the starting lineup, and have De'Aaron come off the bench, or De'Aaron start, and if he's limited minutes, you just adjust the rotations?
You're asking if De'Aaron is cleared, but he's kind of limited, what they do?
Yep.
I think they probably, this is just me guessing, but I think they probably just go back to the normal starting lineup. They like to kind of dance with the one who brung you, keep the rotations the same way that they were throughout the first two series. I think it was they got through a game without Fox in the starting lineup because they were able to. They put a lot of minutes on Harper and Castle in game one. Like, neither one of those guys. One of those guys is on the floor at all times, and sometimes both of them were on the floor together. So they both logged a lot of minutes. I think they would rather go back to everything go back to their normal rotations if they can pull that off.
Well, that brings up an interesting question, Jeff. With San Antonio coming off a physical series against Minnesota, Oklahoma City resting as much as they did, does fatigue play a factor tonight, possibly?
I think that's definitely something to look at, really, for both teams. I mean, the Spurs played fewer guys and played a lot more minutes than the Thunder did. If you look at it, I mean, Shea played 51, but the Thunder at least had some starters come in under 40. The Spurs didn't. They had every starter play 44 minutes. Devin Vassell played 51. Wemby got to 49. So I think that is something to look at. They tried to do nothing yesterday and do very little today. Just sit down and watch film, and that's all you got to do. We're not going to be on our feet. But it is something to monitor. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. And I thought it was interesting. Yesterday, Mitch Johnson told us about 4 times in that game they'd come to a timeout huddle, and the coaches would kind of argue about, should we put McLaughlin in just to give these guys just a 2-minute break, 3-minute break here or there. Can we get away? And they just never pulled the trigger on that. And but it was interesting to me that was a constant source of questioning in the timeout huddles throughout that game. And the main thing is, Mitch says we don't just want guys playing, we want them to be able to play at the pace and the speed and with the force and the intent and the intention that we need them to play with every minute of the floor. And so if they're fatigued and can't do that, they have to look at ways to get them a little rest. And so I wouldn't be surprised if you see even if Fox is playing, you at least see a little bit of a deeper rotation this game. Maybe not extra guys, but some of those Carter Bryants, maybe even your Harrison Barneses, just get a few more minutes to take some wear and tear off of the guys that really left it all out there the other night in double overtime.
Jeff McDonald of the San Antonio Express News joining us here on the Blitz. For those that don't know Jeff well, he was a star basketball player at Madison High School back in the day, a sharpshooter.
That is not true.
And it's absolutely not true. But you were a basketball player at Madison. You went on the floor after the game the other night and took a picture from where Wemby took that three. From your basketball, go all out Bundy here, from your basketball playing days, when you're on the floor looking at where he shot that from, what was that perspective like?
I couldn't make that shot. Give me 20 chances, and I don't think I could make that shot. And maybe not even when I was, in my prime. It's a long way away. It's a long way away, and I just was sitting there thinking about the audacity of that man to take that shot.
Yeah.
Like, just the audacity. I mean, it's really. I mean, I'm stammering now because it's just every time you watch this guy play, he does something that's unreal or that you're not expecting, and that just takes cojones. Forget 3 minutes. That was the only shot he made outside the restricted area, like all night. And game's on the line. I'm just gonna take it. And I'm not sure if I like the shot selection, but it's going to be one of the iconic shots in Spurs history, especially if they go on to take the series.
Everybody around here, no. Yes.
I mean, every player on the Spurs bench was like that too. Like, what are you doing? But and if he misses the shot, the game is over.
Yeah.
Spurs lose.
Yes.
Like the game is over right there if he misses that shot. It was just an amazing, and he's gassed. He has been gassed the entire overtime. Like at that point, the audacity to think he should take that shot in that moment is just a sight to behold. It's one of my favorite things about that dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Jeff, before we let you go, our poll question today on our YouTube page, 2 options. Your gut feeling heading into tonight's game 2. Spurs win, Thunder lose. Your thoughts?
You want me to pick one of those? Let's see. Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Seems like a coin flip. No.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's winning that poll? Are people actually voting in it, or do they get the joke?
Yeah, they prefer Spurs win.
Yeah.
Versus Thunder loss.
146 votes, 86% have Spurs winning, 14% Thunder lose.
Okay, but 100% have a 2-0 series tomorrow.
Yes,
Look at that Madison education paying off. Your math teacher's
That's
proud.
Puro, baby.
Yeah. Good stuff, Jeff. Enjoy the game tonight. Hopefully it's not a double overtime thriller, and you can meet your deadline.
All right. We'll try to keep it out of overtime.
Good stuff.
Appreciate
it. Make sure you're following Jeff on the socials on Twitter, JMcDonald_SEN, Jeff McDonald, on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
You know what I love about Jeff McDonald? He's going to let you know that if he knows something, he's going to tell you. If he doesn't, he's going to let you know that. But he has these battles with people on Twitter that are just hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
And he will say something that he knows is factual or true, and it may be slightly against the Spurs, and boy, he just gets attacked.
Yep.
And he just comes back with something funny. But I mean, a good dude, hell of a writer, and he's been doing this for a long time. No doubt about that. We got a lot more Spurs basketball to talk about before this is over as we head into the 5 o'clock hour. 2.5 hours from tip-off. Get done what you need to get done. No distractions come 7:30 because everybody needs to be there and channel some good thoughts into the TV screen as we go into this huge game 2, without a doubt. We'll continue. Spurs basketball against OKC tonight. We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me brag a little bit about my Kinetico Quality Water Softener. You know I do it all the time. I love doing it because, well, there's a lot to brag about when you have a Kinetico Quality Water Softener. If you haven't decided to do it yet, if you haven't made the call, why not? You need to get it done. Look, it is just the best water softener on the market. There is no doubt about it. Also the most popular. Kinetico's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. They know what they're doing, and you can see it right away. I was skeptical. I'll be honest with you. I was, but it was in my house for a couple of days, and you see the difference right away. It really is that much better than everything else. And they've got a lot of things to sweeten the pot, if you will. The best thing is the free reverse osmosis drinking station that they'll install and give you for free when you purchase a Kinetico Quality Water Softener. It is fantastic. What does that mean for you? It means bottled water without the bottle. You don't have to deal with bottled water anymore, whether you're lugging that in from the grocery store or throwing away and trying to find a place for all those empty bottles. You don't have to do that anymore. It is just a fantastic product. We use it for all kinds of stuff at my house. Plus, they're still doing the free money. 0% interest for 12 months. It is an incredible deal. Don't put it off any longer. Get it done. It's good for your house, good for your family. 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at KineticoSA.com. You know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Kinetico.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Hey, San Antonio, the Gunslingers are honoring our heroes at the Military Appreciation Game this Saturday, May 23rd, 4 p.m. at Freeman Coliseum. Active duty and retired military, bring your military ID and get in free. Plus, the first 1,000 fans get a free American flag. Come cheer on the Gunslingers as we salute those who serve. It's going to be an unforgettable afternoon of football and patriotism. Tickets and info at sagunslingers.com. See you Saturday at Freeman Coliseum.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
San Antonio, Tamalitos Restaurant is now open on 11210 Nacogdoches Road. Stop in for authentic Mexican food and unbeatable lunch specials every day. Plus, join the Blitz Live Thursday, May 21st for your chance to score Texas Rangers tickets. See you there.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, what is there to talk about but a big game 2 in the Western Conference Finals Series? Spurs lead 1-0, looking to take a 2-0 lead in OKC. Tip-off from Oklahoma, 7:30 tonight. De'Aaron Fox listed as questionable, considered a game-time decision. It will be televised on NBC, streaming on Peacock. Other news today, Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh quarterback, told reporters this is it for him, one more year.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio's Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Blitz. 2 decades on the radio, Jason Minix. 2 decades on TV, Joe Reinagle. 2 San Antonio sports voices you've trusted for years. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Game day on a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Game day.
Hump day.
Oh, those go hand in hand, don't they? We ought to play every Wednesday. There should be a game of some sort, some fashion. Welcome to the Blitz. Thanks for spending a little time with us here on 94.1. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And, well, my good friend here, Caleb, is wiggling his head. It's a hump day and it's a game day.
You're wiggling his head.
Well, he was doing it earlier. I'm just helping him out.
I don't think he can do that
fatigued.
by itself.
He's fatigued.
He just sits there.
Yeah.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Until you make it move. It doesn't move if you don't touch it.
Well, I like it when it moves. Don't you? Look at that. Spurs going to win tonight, Caleb. Yeah.
You got to watch on YouTube to see what Joe was just doing there. SASportsStar.com or search us out on YouTube and you can see Joe fondling a camel.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Not kind of.
Well, I'm just
kind of. There was no kind of there.
I'm fondling. Define fondling.
Touching.
I'm holding a
You're
damn
playing
statue.
With it? You're playing with it.
Yeah.
You're making its head move.
I'm bobbling his head.
You're doing what?
Bobbling his head.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't specify poundage. Having fun, Minix. I don't know. Maybe you don't know anything about that. We're just having a little fun on a Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, we are.
That's all we're
Dude,
doing.
It's a game day.
That's
I
right.
mean, look, we had an all right lunch, and now we're getting ready for a big game today.
All right, or average.
All right and average, kind of the same. I will say this: it's 5:02, and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So normally, I make it through a show without hungry. Right?
If you don't know what we're talking about, we tried the Bill Miller cheeseburgers today because that seems to be the rage. I've seen some social media folks doing that too.
The peer pressure, we got to try it. Now I'm thinking to myself, Bill Miller's and their cheeseburgers. Why is this a craze? Why does this feel like something I've got to go try? We never did try, I haven't anyway, the Arch Burger, right?
No, I've never tried that. Well, because the Bill Miller burger doesn't have arch sauce on it. That wasn't arch sauce. It was somebody's sauce. It wasn't Arch's.
They don't put anything on it.
I know.
They give you, well, if you remember to ask them for ketchup and mustard package. Otherwise, we'd have got back with none of those. But I did. I went to Bill Miller's today. We did try the Bill Miller cheeseburger. And there's video of us trying the first bite.
Yes.
You can find that on the San Antonio Sports Star socials. It's all right. Although Ryan Eagle might have had the most accurate description for a cheeseburger while eating it. No thought process. Just initial reaction. Ryan Eagle said it was
hospital food. I mean, it tasted like a burger you get at the hospital.
Okay.
And I mean, it just had that. There was nothing flavorful about it.
There's plenty of pepper on it.
Well, there was.
I mean, there was seasoning.
No,
I mean, it was.
Look, Bill Miller does a lot of things right. Chicken strips, fried chicken, breakfast tacos.
They're a barbecue joint.
Well, they don't do that very well, but or the burger. But a lot of people are trying it, so they're probably making a little money off the deal.
Well, so while I was there, and you realize when you're ordering, you're making a mistake. Now, it's been a while since I've been through the drive-thru at Bill Miller, but I haven't been inside. And when you get it to go, you're in the different part of the counter where you're watching them make everybody else's food. And I'm watching them make some po' boys. I'm standing in line waiting to order. And the fried chicken, man, it smelled so good. And here I'm ordering a damn cheeseburger. 3 of them.
Yeah.
So right there, you're like, well, I'm ordering wrong. But committed, let's do it. How pissed would you guys have been if I came back with a po' boy for me and the cheeseburgers for you?
Well, probably pretty.
No, you'd have been
but
pretty.
I mean, what the hell would we have done?
We were all in it together, right? But and we know because people are reminding us, Bill Miller recently ranked the worst barbecue chain in the nation.
Yes.
Again, they got great fried chicken. You called it hospital food. Now, some hospital food isn't bad.
Well, it's not bad, but it's not like, we're talking about if you're in the hospital, you have no choice.
Well, but if you're there visiting somebody in the hospital, I mean, the food isn't necessarily bad. It's not great, but it is what it is.
There you go. That's a great description of the Bill Miller cheeseburger.
And, and I'm thinking, all right, along those lines, certain high school stadiums kind of feels like one of those burgers, or when you're at a fundraiser type of thing, and I've never had them. But it's sometimes like when you're at Sam's and you see that big box of frozen patties. I've never had those that I'm aware of. I've never bought that.
That's what it sounds like.
But that's kind of what it tasted like.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all right, but it's 5 o'clock and I'm hungry.
Well, yeah, and look, we were all hungry. It was lunchtime.
It was lunchtime.
And so, you eat it, and you say you did it. It's kind of like when I tried gizzards. Yeah, you try them, and then you're never going to have them again.
You would much rather have gizzards than another Bill Miller cheeseburger.
Trust me. I'll have a Bill Miller cheeseburger any day of the week before I ever touch another gizzard.
All right. But again, I don't know that I'll ever have another Bill Miller cheeseburger.
Well, I won't either, nor will I have another gizzard, I promise you.
But I mean, so take that for what you want. We might have just saved you $12. I think about where this radio station is on Eisenhower. I want a burger. I'm going either to like Broadway 50/50, or if I'm going to a drive-through, Burger Boy isn't far away, Whataburger. I mean, but they said limited time.
Well, it's time. You take it off.
Although they were selling a ton of them.
I know.
I mean, I think a lot of people, because of social media, going to Bill Miller, and you wait 12 minutes for it.
That's crazy.
You do. But yeah, it was, I mean, if you were thinking about it and you're on the fence, you're welcome.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yes. That's what we do here. We try things in advance for you, all of you guys and gals out there. So,
and by the way, can I say something else?
Sure.
I've seen some other people that have posted videos and talked about their Bill Miller burgers. And I've seen like doubles with bacon and all that. If you want an extra patty, it's $3.50. You want to turn it into a double. Bacon, I mean, it could turn into a $20 burger pretty quick.
Really quick.
It ain't worth it.
And I will say this for them. The patty was thick. I mean, it wasn't like a skinny one. So if you put two on there, that's going to be a mouthful.
Now, did you, Pledge wants to know if you got your McGangbang last night for dinner?
No, I did not. I did not.
All that talk at the end of the show on the secret menu, you were going to go ask the lady at McDonald's for a McGangbang.
Well, I didn't want to have to call AA Best Bail Bonds, and so I was just wanting to get home and not be arrested for,
it's on the secret menu.
Well, that's great, but if the girl or the guy...
Well, you have to have Mick. You can't just say gang.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, if they don't know the secret menu, then they're going like,
if
I'm not that kind of girl, pal.
Don't they know?
I don't know. No, I mean, so there's our next challenge.
What?
Going to a drive-thru and seeing if they know the secret menu. Did we call a Taco Bell one time, and the lady there had no clue what we were talking about?
Well, that was for a new item, but then we realized it was a limited time only in certain parts of the country, and San Antonio wasn't it. So when they were bringing back the Mexican pizzas in the limited time run.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I mean, we could send Caden, who spent some time sitting in my chair while I was out last week.
He did.
Talking about hot dogs of all things. We can send Caden to ask about the McGangbang.
I think that'd be a good bit to do, and send Caden out once a week on goofy stuff like that. I think you get a kick out of that. Pledge, you can make that happen, can't you?
We'll make him a star.
There you go.
What were we going to send him to the drive-thru and he wouldn't do it? I forget what that was.
I don't recall.
He wanted the cheeseburger order that ended up being nothing but pickles or something on there.
Yeah, all the pickles.
That's it.
He still needs to do that.
Well, I think he's got a role to play on this fine broadcast.
Well, he did a great job with the hot dog.
Well, I'm not sure that's the case.
I
I'm
saw
just
the
saying.
video of that, and the look on your face when he just walked into the studio, like, what the hell are you doing, man?
Exactly, and so I don't know. I never know when he's going to come walking through here or not.
I mean, even though there's a sign on the door that says "Do not enter" while the show's going on.
Well, I mean,
nobody
does anybody
pays attention to that, especially
No.
the boss.
Good
Lord.
We're did you? We had a fountain in our building today.
That's a interesting way to describe it.
Or a waterfall, I guess.
We have two fountains in the building.
Yeah, we have pipes with water that run across the ceilings here for whatever ungodly reason.
Well, this building's
really
about 1800s.
It's I mean, it's been remodeled, but the inner workings. But there's water running in the ceilings, and there. I don't know, when was this. Let's see, the original KTSA building from the 70s and whatnot, it burned down. So whenever this one was built in the 80s, it's been remodeled a couple of times, but there was a pipe that burst, and the water that was flowing into the sales area was quite interesting. And our great sales department, all they knew how to do was pull out their phones and video.
That's it. Well, they did a good job. They're
Jasmine.
They're pretty good at doing that stuff. So, but it was interesting. And now the air conditioner's not working, and it's hot as hell.
It is. So I'm hot and I'm hungry.
Yeah, and I'm ready for a game, without a doubt. looking forward to game 2 tonight. I know all of you out there are looking forward to it as well. By the way, Gibbs says some McDonald's have birthday cakes that aren't advertised. I don't think I've ever seen
Secret
a birthday
menu.
cake. Where the hell did they put a birthday cake?
In the freezer? In the fridge? I mean, do you trust McDonald's in a birthday cake knowing the ice cream machine's always broke?
No.
Maybe it breaks because they keep using it to make the cakes.
I have no idea what they're doing, but there's another thing we can ask for.
If you go to McDonald's and ask for birthday cake, I feel like you're asking for something illegal and it's code for whoever's working the register. Like that just feels wrong.
It really does. It really does. Oh, well. We're going to make that happen at some point in time, maybe after the Spurs win the championship and we've got a long summer. We'll put Caden to work doing some of these secret menus out and about of this fine city. I think it'd be a lot of fun. We're talking Spurs basketball. That's what we're doing. We're getting you ready for a big game 2 in the Western Conference Finals. We'll continue that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having issues at your house with some plumbing problems or your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. Their phone number is 210-651-5899. I tell you all the time, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have everything you need to get the job done. But it's not just emergency situations. They've got great maintenance programs, and they've developed something called the Breathe Easy package because apparently enough people were calling Quartermoon saying, dude, my house smells off. It might be my AC because it might be your AC. So with this Breathe Easy package, they're going to come and they're going to deep clean the blower motor, blower wheel, your AC housing, the coil, disinfect that AC cabinet, and then install a UV light that will zap bacteria and other nasty stuff that's hiding in your AC unit. You're going to get cleaner air, a fresher home, and an AC system that smells like it should. So if you've noticed that something ain't right in your house, call Quartermoon, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
It's Military Appreciation Month at North Park Chevy. Service members get up to $1,000 bonus cash. Got a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew LT for $15,000 off MSRP. Drive the 2026 Colorado with 0 payments for 90 days. Or take home a 2026 Equinox LT for $26,359 with 2.9% financing. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes off Route 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car or truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses, plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Upgrade your truck without breaking the bank at NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Buy the Rough Country 3-panel hard-folding truck bed cover starting at $6.99. Get weather protection, added security, and durability for all of life's gear. A sleek upgrade custom look for just $6.99 is a quick install away. With NAW and Rough Country truck bed covers, skip the big box hassle. Shop local and get expert advice from NAW today. 3027 Kuleba Road. Family operated, community driven since 1978.
BritBox has the best of British TV, period.
Let's get started.
The best mystery, period.
I like a good detective story.
The best romance, period.
This is the book that will open the heart of Miss Mary Bennet.
The best drama, period.
Welcome to the grown-up world.
Stream the best British period dramas, including The Lady, inspired by a true story of murder and scandal, and from the world of Jane Austen, the other Bennet sister, only on BritBox. Start your free trial at BritBox.com.
Hey, make plans to join us tomorrow. We're going to be at Tomatillo's newest location at 11210 Nacogdoches Road from 2 to 6. You can register to win great prizes like Rangers jerseys, 94-1 San Antonio Sports Star T-shirts, and more. It's tomorrow at Tomatillo's newest location, 11210 Nacogdoches Road. Come on out there. Obviously, we're going to be reacting to whatever happens tonight in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
So ready for tonight's game.
I am too.
I know San Antonio and Oklahoma City were glued to the TV the other night. So was the country. According to NBC PR, the most watched Game 1 Western Conference Finals game in history. 9.2 million viewers.
Wow.
And kind of based on what you're hearing and seeing from other parts of the country, a lot of them rooting against Oklahoma City, so for San Antonio. I didn't realize Oklahoma City was that hated of a franchise.
Well, I mean, I think it's because of the flopping. You know, SGA with his flops and the calls that they get and or had gotten throughout the regular season and even into the playoffs. And I think a lot of that's part of it. I don't think fans like that very much. So I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but maybe that's perhaps part of the problem. And San Antonio's got Wemby, and I think Wemby has captivated everybody across the country, and everybody's in awe of what this young man can do.
Well, and again, you think about Wemby, you look at his shot chart from the other night, and then, of course, the shot. That was statistically the longest made shot of his career. And you look at his numbers in regulation. You'd have been happy with that as a Spurs fan if the Spurs had won. Even if not, it was a normal game in regulation, but then he just dominated in overtime. The refuse to lose mentality, let's put everybody on our back. Dylan Harper getting his first start and showing not only incredible defense, but the incredible confidence and poise that he plays with. And you know, we don't know about De'Aaron Fox's availability tonight. We probably won't know while we were on the air. James Pledger might know during extra innings with Pledge. Are you doing a full show tonight? You got a whole hour?
Got a whole hour. That's when the news broke on Monday, is about halfway through my show.
Well, Nate Ryan's, there's some Spurs already out on the floor there in Oklahoma City. Dylan Harper putting up shots, and according to Nate, he hasn't missed yet. So I guess that's a good sign. But they're already – I see a bunch of Oklahoma City players out there as well, probably mostly bench players for them, but who knows.
Well,
but they're out there.
Now, we don't know if Dylan Harper is starting or not. But when I'm looking at some of the video, like Larry Ramirez has some video, don't know if he will start or come off the bench. But this is the time frame where a lot of the role players, the bench guys, would be out there for their warm-ups, not the starters. Same thing with Oklahoma City. So is that a sign that Dylan Harper knows he's coming off the bench tonight, or is he just trying to keep his regular routine and get out 2 hours early?
Well, that's a great question, and obviously we don't know the answer, but I would assume you keep your same routine. Whatever you've been doing the entire season, you don't want to mess that up. And I think so. I'll take it as that. Again, I don't think Fox is going to play tonight. That's just a gut feeling, and hopefully I'm wrong, like I was wrong in Game 1, because I didn't think there was any chance he was going to miss that game. He did. So I'll go the other way this time, because that's what I do. I just like to help out the Spurs in any way, shape, or form that I can.
Good job, Joe.
Thanks.
Take one for the team.
Well, yes, that's what I'm doing.
What's your gut feeling for tonight? That's our poll question on YouTube. Get there through sasportstar.com or search out the station San Antonio Sports Star on YouTube. Or talk to us. How you feeling about tonight? You know, the nervousness, knowing that we're a little more than 2 hours away from this game tipping off. Gut feeling, Spurs win or not. Can tonight's game 2 live up to the hype and everything like game 1 did? Can we get a duplicate performance? And again, there will be, every game is a different animal, but will we get another game that stays within 10 points all the way through and decided late in the fourth quarter? And as a basketball fan, I want that. Spurs fan, I'd love for them to win by 30. You know, let's go all Minnesota again, just from a stress standpoint, and then get a free taco in the morning.
Dude, I don't know, man. As much fun as that game was the other night, I'd like to see that again. And not necessarily a double overtime game, but one that comes right down to the wire, where somebody makes a shot to win it. And I think there's always a good chance of that. A better chance of that in my mind than a blowout win by either side.
Right now, Oklahoma City is favored by 7.5.
7.5 now?
The over-under is 216.5. And I do wonder if Vegas knows De'Aaron isn't playing. Now, they might have just heard Ryan Eagle's gut feeling and adjusted the line.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
7.5 just seems criminal.
That seems like a lot. And it was 6.5 earlier today, so it's gone up. I think, but again, I think if you're a gambler, you're thinking, OKC's got to win this game. They're desperate. They're going to come out, and they're going to take care of business. So I don't know, but that just seems like a lot in my mind.
I'm with you there. What do you guys think? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. And again, I think the recovery aspect, while San Antonio had a tougher road to get to the Western Conference Finals, and Oklahoma City had a lot of time resting, those guys played a ton of minutes, especially SGA. So while they were more rested coming in, the fatigue factor is certainly there for both teams, although Oklahoma City rolled deeper in their bench and their guys didn't play as many minutes as a lot of the Spurs guys did, although everybody played above what they normally do. And when you look at Vic, games where he seems to play a ton of minutes, the next game might not be as strong. But whatever he learned with the Monks, this is where you channel all of that stuff, and you go from there.
Great read on ESPN, by the way.
Yes.
Was it
Ramona?
That's her.
Shelbourne.
Shelbourne, yes.
Yeah.
It's a good read. It's a good story if you get a chance to go do that. Everybody's worried about Tony Brothers. He will be officiating tonight, and worried about foul calls, and I think that's a legit worry. I honestly do, for a number of reasons. And you go all conspiracy theory if you want to. NBC would like nothing more for this series to go at least 6 games. All right, and then they would, and the NBA. I mean, you just heard the numbers in Game 1. They would love to extend this series out, and so if you're a conspiracy theorist, OKC's going to get a lot of whistles tonight, and they're going to get to the foul line a lot. We'll see if that plays out that way, but crazier things have happened.
Well, and again, you talk about the double overtime thriller peaked at 12 million viewers. Peacock delivered a record 2.3 million. The 9.2 million total viewers for Game 1 across NBC and Peacock, up 71% from last year.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
That is unbelievable.
That is crazy. And again, gut feeling tonight, the poll question is available to you. Old Matt Roy, he just texted OKC by 25 tonight.
Wow. Matt Roy, I worry about him sometimes. But that's all right. I mean, he's just a kid.
Again, I mean, he's probably got, 500 on that then.
Well, it's 7.5, dude. That's a lot. Wow.
Well, I mean, would you feel better at 6.5?
Well, yeah, I would actually. I mean, again, I'm typically staying away from Spurs games in the playoffs from gambling on them. Although I wish I would have been betting on them. I'd have made a fortune in this playoff series. But that just seems like a lot. With as evenly matched as both of these teams are, and I don't see the Spurs collapsing tonight. I just don't. I think Oklahoma City's going to play better. But I a gut feeling on how on this thing being a 20-point blowout, I have a hard time seeing that.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Mario, how you feeling about tonight's game?
I got a question for Joe. Is this a must-win game for the Thunder?
Dude, are you crazy? No, it's not. It's a game that they would love to win. It's a game they need to win, but a must-win game, absolutely not. Have you been listening to the show very often?
Hey, he's trying
Mario?
to make your head explode.
Well, I know he is.
He's trying to push your button.
And I appreciate that.
And you got him.
But you knew the answer to that, didn't you, Mario?
I did. And it really is a must-win for them. I think them going down 0-2 into San Antonio, if they go down 0-2, they might win one game for the rest of the series.
Well, I can see that too. Obviously, the road would be much harder for them, having to win 4 games in 5 tries if they lose tonight. So, yeah, I mean, I'm with you, but it's a game that they really need to win. Absolutely. They really need to win.
Would like to. I mean, 87% of the time, teams that go down 2-0 don't win the series. So
13% of the time, they do.
Okay.
So there you go.
You feel like our poll question, your gut feeling tonight, Spurs win or Thunder lose? Right now, 86% have the Spurs winning, 14% have the Thunder losing. You've got time, 159 votes. You've got time to go vote in our poll on YouTube.
Absolutely. Go vote. And if you think, like our good buddy Matt Roy, that Oklahoma City's going to blow the Spurs out tonight, you can give us a call and let us know that. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. What are your thoughts and your gut telling you about tonight's game? To me, it's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out because Jeff McDonald said the same thing. Every game is its own story, and this one tonight will certainly be that as well. Game night, San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. That's coming up next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And as we get ready for tonight's Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, and you think about the games that are going to be in town this weekend, Friday and Sunday for Games 3 and 4. If you want some cool shirts made for yourself, go see Sam over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing on San Pedro. You need T-shirts pre-printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need that logo on a golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt, Sam has all the big-name brands, including now a full line of Tommy Bahama. Maybe you want a nice Nike shirt, Travis Matthew, Adidas, Under Armour, Port Authority, North Face, Eddie Bauer. Sam's got them all. He also has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America, to name a few. He also has over 700 uniform lines to choose from. And if you're running a business, Sam does so much more than just uniforms. His sign shop can do signs, banners, flags, card magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, so much more. Promotional items. Sammy does it all. Nobody has better prices. He's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900 or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or check the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Spurs Thunder Game 2. How did it go and how's the series look now?
And we get a Game 2 with Cleveland. Can they bounce back in the Garden? Other NBA news, the coaching carousel continues to turn. And NFL talk, we know where the draft's going to be. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Some people reach a line and stop. Some hit a wall and turn around. Then there are the ones who cross the line, climb the wall, face obstacles, and turn them to their advantage. That's where we come in. We're the next rodeo. We design bold marketing that drives real growth. A creative partner for businesses ready to push forward beyond what's expected. The Next Rodeo. Learn more at thenextrodeo.com.
San Antonio, join the Gunslingers for their military appreciation game this Saturday, May 23rd, 4 p.m. in Freeman Coliseum. Active duty and retired military get in free with ID. First 1,000 fans receive a free American flag. Tickets at sagunslingers.com. Don't miss it.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic, the delicious daily detox that will keep you feeling your best. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon or pick up some at your local CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad.
Huh?
I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Kinetico.
Kinetico?
Yeah.
You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Kinetico.
Not me.
Everybody knows Kinetico is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Kinetico is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh, son, you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Kinetico. Kinetico. Spell it Kinetico.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Kinetico. SA.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health, but then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Morning Huddle.
See, you're talking like that little old lady at the Spurs game now. It's just not right. It's just not right.
Yeah, she's talking directly to me. How can I afford it? Yeah,
she was. And Vic is that little old lady. Vic's like, how do they afford it?
I know.
Outrageous.
I literally mow lawns on the weekends for extra money
to buy the ticket.
Broke.
My favorite thing that Vic said was like, he was mowing his lawn and some dude came by and said, how much? And Vic was like, this is my house.
I live here. I live here.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, a little over 2 hours. Well, about 2 hours away from tip-off. Game 2, Oklahoma City and the San Antonio Spurs. What are you feeling like?
This is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Every weekday game night, The Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. From insiders to an in-depth preview of tonight's game, this is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source. Beyond your eyes.
We'll go beyond at the game. Game Night San Antonio getting ready for Game 2. Brought to you by Vision Source. Like Vision Source Castle Hills, Dr. Raul Trevino there off Northwest Military and West Avenue. Or Vision Source South San Antonio. Go see Dr. Diane Ramirez-Shank on South Flores between East South Cross and Southwest Military. And we've asked all day, what is your gut feeling for tonight's Game 2?
We do have a poll question up there that some people are questioning. Jason, I don't understand why some people are doing that.
It's pretty obvious. I mean, it's not overly complicated. Don't overthink it. Do not overthink today's poll question. Just get to YouTube and cast your vote. You've got two options. Pretty simple there.
I think. Well, obviously, Spurs win is leading the way at 85%. Thunder lose at 15%. I think most people just want to hear that Spurs win.
Yeah,
so they're voting for that because that's what they want to hear. Not that the Thunder lost.
Well, and again, either way, and we ask for your gut feeling, and you can call in as well 210-656-ESPN 656-3776. Feels like the theme of the day. Homer, you're on the Blitz. Homer.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. How's it going?
Good, good. Is that actually written on your driver's license?
It is. Unfortunately, my mother named me after a Greek poet, so I guess it makes sense,
So is that a nickname, Homer, or that's actually your name?
That is my real name, guys. My driver's license name.
Right. Okay,
yes, sir.
Cool.
All right, Homer.
So,
how you feeling about tonight? Shocker, right?
Well, the thing is, OKC wanted to test waters, and I have the feeling that, this past game they tested the waters, and it seems like I feel like they're intimidated now.
Who? Oklahoma City's intimidated. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
That last play where Shy kind of threw that three-pointer. I think they were up 107, and then Wemby came back, shot that three-pointer, that world right shot three-pointer. I feel like he kind of like he brings up the work. So what I'm trying to say is, like, he carries a team, but at that exact moment, everything, like, he kind of, like, lost it, like, lost that enthusiasm, lost the MVP vibe. You know what I mean, sort of?
Yeah, well, I think so, Homer. But I think he's pretty happy that whole trophy presentation is over.
Yep.
They don't have to do that again tonight. And it's interesting because that always seems to piss the other team off when you get a trophy like that. So I understand what you're saying, but look, he's too good a player to not play better than he did in Game 1. I just cannot see Shea having another night like he had in Game 1. Well, it remains to be seen because the Spurs are damn good defensively, and they've done a hell of a job, or they did, in that. And so, but I have to believe the guy's going to come back and play much better than he did in Game 1.
Although, and while we all say, you can't really take a whole lot from the regular season, the defense on Shea that you saw in the regular season, and those turned out to be a lot of Spurs blowout wins, you saw the other night. And I like the term that I've been hearing. The Spurs are putting 2.5 guys on them. I mean, they're double-teaming them and then funneling to Wemby. That creates the other half, which for most is a full, right? And daring other guys to beat you. And Alex Caruso had a incredible game in Game 1, but do you really think that Alex Caruso is going to be able to do that at the very least 4 times in this series? And I think most of us would bet the ranch that ain't going to happen.
I would bet the ranch for sure. Look, they're going to leave him open. He's going to have some open looks. Whether he knocks him down or not remains to be seen. But, yeah, I'm with you. The night he had the other night was just spectacular. And so I don't see that coming from Caruso. Again, the thing where I was more impressed with Caruso was defensively. The guy was energetic. He had a lot of and he was playing well defensively. And so that will continue, I think. But the scoring, absolutely not. And Caruso is a good defender, and he's going to probably still continue to be the primary defender on Vic. Now, that said, that's where you really hope that De'Aaron Fox is able to play tonight, because the chemistry that Fox and Wemby have, especially on those pick and rolls and the lobs to the basket, felt like there were a couple of times, and again, Castle doesn't do it all the time, neither does Dylan Harper. What did Wemby say at one point in the regular season? You can't throw it too high, just throw it up there. Yeah. De'Aaron Fox has that down. Those other guys didn't, and so there were some missed opportunities for the alley-oops, and we have no idea yet as we see her at 5:44 in the afternoon if De'Aaron Fox is going to play. And if you believe Keldon Johnson, neither do the Spurs players.
No, I haven't heard anything. Good spirits though, as always, and hopefully it'll be there tonight. But I mean, most importantly, we want De'Aaron healthy, and if he can play, he will, and I have no doubt about that. But he's definitely a huge piece to what we have going on, a huge piece to what we've been doing throughout the season and the playoffs. So hopefully we have him back. But I have no doubt if De'Aaron is able to go, De'Aaron will play, and we all know that. Everybody from the coaches down to the players. So, we'll see. We on the same time as y'all. We haven't heard anything.
Uh-huh. Well, that's interesting. Shams Charania leaks the MVP award the other day. Now you think you could have a leak here about De'Aaron Fox? I mean, come on,
talking
Shams.
About the San Antonio Spurs,
dude. Let's go.
I mean, and Shams is taking a beating.
Yeah, he has.
He's doing his job.
It's not his fault.
Well, I mean, he's doing his job. He breaks news for a living. He eats, breathes, and that stuff. That's what he gets paid to do. I do think the NBA feeds him for a lot of stuff, because nothing like seeing Shams tweet and 8 minutes later, you get an email, and there's the breaking news. Uh-huh. But, some of it, I mean, it truly is his job. And, it's funny because who was it that went after Stephen A. the other day? Was it Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
You don't know real journalism?
Yes.
Right? Stephen A. is a talk show host.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a reporter. He is a talk show host. Joe Reinagle used to be an anchor. Now he is a talk show host. I am a talk show host, like an opinionist in the newspaper.
Uh-huh.
Mike Finger's job, very different than Jeff McDonald's job at the San Antonio Express News. Shams, Adam Schefter, those types, their job is to break news, and it's funny when people get mad when they actually do their job and break news.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be mad at somebody, be mad at the leaker. Whoever called Shams and said, hey, SGA just won the MVP.
Yep.
I mean, what do you expect Shams to do? Just sit on that? No, you don't do that. You got a great tip from a good source, and you put it out there.
And again, That's his job.
Yep.
I'm not worried about breaking news. Joe's not worried about breaking news at any point. Where a guy like Don Harris wants to break news.
Sure.
Right? Again, that's part of his job.
Yes.
Goes with it. But I wish Shams would break this news. But again, there's very little leakage when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs. It's always been that way.
Well, we'll see. Probably on extra innings with Pledger about 6:30 or so.
Yep.
It's typically that's about when we found out in Game 1. Was about an hour before the game. We knew, or it was announced that he wouldn't play in Game 1. Again, my gut tells me he's not going to play. What does yours tell you?
My gut says he is.
All right.
And I think a big part of that is everybody thought he was going to play in Game 1.
Yep.
He even did pregame media. So and told the reporters, I plan on playing. I got to go warm it up. So I do think that he plays tonight. But you wonder if he's going to be limited if him being out there is actually hurting the team. Mitch Johnson has to have the stones to pull him. You know, it's kind of one of those. There's been times when you see it's playoff time. It's the Western Conference Finals. Are you hurt? Are you injured? Can you go? But if you're out there struggling and it's obvious and you're hurting the team out there, then Mitch has to pull them in and readjust. The good news, they have a win in Game 1 without him. And so for a guy like Dylan Harper, who truly sounds like he had no clue he was going to start or play those kind of minutes until right before the game started, no prep time that, hey, you're it and this is what your role's going to be. And as well as he played, I think they're better equipped for a no De'Aaron Fox or a limited De'Aaron Fox tonight.
Well, look, and I have no doubt that Mitch Johnson will pull him. Look, we saw it in Game 1. I mean, he's pulling players when they're missing assignments, and he did that. And so yelling at Dylan Harper. We're all talking about what a great game he had. Guess what? Mitch Johnson was pissed because he missed an assignment.
Yep.
He didn't cover somebody the right way, and that's how those guys get better. As talented and I'll use Dylan Harper as an example just because as talented as he is, he's still learning the NBA game. And so it is Mitch Johnson's job to get on his butt if he does something wrong. And he did that with Keldon Johnson as well. And Keldon Johnson's, a 7-year vet? So, I mean, I like the fire in Mitch Johnson that I'm seeing, at least in Game 1 of this series. And we'll see if that continues. And I fully expect it to.
Well, and when you look at tonight's game, I think the bigger concern for me is the ref. And I hate that.
Yep.
I hate that. But when I think about Steph Castle did a hell of a job guarding SGA the other night. Looking at some stats from Underdog, when guarding SGA, SGA was 2 of 7 when Castle was the primary defender. 1 of 4 when Dylan Harper was. And knowing Castle's ability to just draw fouls, to get, like we said before Game 1, he can't foul out of games like he did against Minnesota. And knowing how Game 1 went, the whistles didn't favor Oklahoma City, which probably surprised all of us. That's going to even out tonight. That's the NBA trend.
Unfortunately, you're right. It is going to happen, and I think you'll see the edge at the free throw line go to the Thunder tonight. And they're probably going to want to do that. I mean, look, they've got to be more aggressive than they were in Game 1 if they have any chance at all. And I've been saying this in both series. I think the guards have got to be aggressive. They've got to figure out a way to clear Wemby out of the paint so the Thunder guards can get to the rack. And I'll be honest with you, I want the Spurs to win. But when I see guards, when I see professional NBA players go into the paint and make a U-turn immediately, that drives me insane. I mean, look, I understand the guy's 7'4" and 11'3" with his arm linked, and I understand that. Shots are going to get blocked. But to not even test him at all, it's just baffling to me. It baffles me.
You know, stats are what they are. And my concern, especially if there's no De'Aaron Fox, a guy like Steph Castle can't get into foul trouble, right? Tony Brothers is the official tonight. The Spurs, you ready for this?
Sure.
when Tony Brothers is the lead referee, are 7-0 this year.
Really? Wow. Well, that surprises me.
It surprises me, too.
Now, so I don't know why everybody's afraid of Tony Brothers.
Well, I mean, doesn't he have the Oklahoma City Thunder tattooed on his calf?
Well, I don't know.
But
I mean, if
it feels that way.
Maybe he's got a spur tattooed on the other one.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, look, this is what we're doing here on Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. We go beyond the box score. That's a number that when you see it, you go, well, all right, that's either good or bad. 7-0 eventually. And it's dumb, and I hate this part of the NBA, that going into it, I'm more worried about how the game is going to be reffed. And we've heard other players and other coaches. Every game is different. Every crew is different. The lack of consistency in NBA officiating, and when you go against a team like Oklahoma City, you just know the whistle is going to be a part of it.
Uh-huh.
And that's dumb. That's unfortunate.
Well, but it wasn't in Game 1.
It wasn't in Game 1, and we're all surprised by it, including the guy from the Oklahoma City Thunder Radio Network who joined us earlier on the show.
No, absolutely, and I think everybody was surprised about it, that the Spurs actually had more trips to the charity stripe than OKC. I think that's going to change tonight. And will that change the complexion of the game? I mean, who knows? But I think it is a fact, and I hate being a conspiracy theorist, but with the 9 million people and over 12 million at one point watching Game 1, yeah, NBC executive calling Adam Silver and said, "Hey, dude, what are we going to do about having Oklahoma City win this game tonight?" Because we've got all the games, and we want them all to be exciting.
Send Tony Brothers. Hopefully he went to Bedlam Barbecue. Had the 3-meat combo. Might need a nap. A little bit slow on the whistle tonight. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, we'll see, right?
That's not what my gut tells me, though.
I know it. It's going to be interesting. It is almost game time, and that is the beauty of this. Again, be sure and join us tomorrow at Tomatillo's newest location. It's 11210 Nacogdoches Road. We'll be out there 2 to 6. We got great prizes, Rangers jerseys, San Antonio Sports Star T-shirts. See, we got a lot more. It's Tomatillo's newest location, 11210 Nacogdoches Road. Get on out there and react to whatever happens tonight with us out there at Tomatillo's. Extra Innings with Pleasure is coming up next, and you want to stay tuned for that because, well, De'Aaron Fox's playing status will most likely be announced during the hour the Pledge is on the air. First reaction, obviously, tomorrow morning with the fellows on the Morning Huddle, AJ and Rob. They'll get you started at 6 o'clock, and then Minix and I at Tomatillo's tomorrow at 2. Until then, go Spurs, go!
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Heading to the coast for Memorial Day weekend, so is the Blitz. Join us Friday afternoon at the official grand opening of the Roo Pub Rockport. You know it will be the best place on the coast to watch Game 3, so we'll see you at the Roo in Rockport.
What does it mean to work with one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas? At Thomas J. Henry, it means we can take cases all the way to trial when others would have accepted a low settlement offer. It means Thomas J. Henry can put our team of legal minds, investigators, and medical experts to work for you. It means you get personal attention and access to our team when you need us. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.